Get in on the action this season with Underdog Fantasy's Pick'em game. Select higher or lower between 2 and 8 players and compete for up to 325 times your entry. Use code DIRECTOR when signing up to receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a free pick. Action.
Who's got it better than us?
Yo, everybody. Sorry, we are late. Some technical difficulties along the way. Oh, man. Have time to do up the hair, but that's okay. How's everybody doing, man? Chargers. Broncos underway. Chargers' first drive ending in a punt, almost an interception by Trey Lance as we get into the Broncos' first offensive possession. Everybody, what's going on, dude? A lot of people wondering what's at stake this week. What are the Chargers playing for? We're scoreboard watching, I think, one game, right? It's going to be the Bills game that could determine the Chargers' fate here at the end. The Chargers with a loss, which a lot of people are predicting due to, obviously the Chargers resting a majority of their big starters. Paired with a Bills win would put us at the 7th seed, pretty much locking us in versus the Patriots. But a Chargers loss with a Bills loss would push us to the 6th seed, and at that point I have to go take a look and see who we would play. You got me here, chat. You guys got me for... who do we play if we hit the 6th seed? I think it would be the Jags, right? I remember. Jags? Yep. Thank you. Yeah, new haircut. I didn't have time to do anything with it this morning, but that's okay. Here come the Broncos on 2nd and 4. It's a run, and Harvey gets pushed back. On that line, you're going to see rookies Jamari Caldwell, perhaps a little bit of Kyle Kennard, who's going to have an opportunity to do something this week. There's Phillips out there, number 53, one of the guys that made the tackle there. 3rd and 3. With the Chargers, despite missing so many starters, including Derwin James, Tuli Tuipulotu, are trying to hold the Broncos here on 3rd down. How crazy would that be? 3rd and 3. It's Nix, who's on the run. He's going to try and run for it himself, and he will get it. It's going to be 1st and 10 Broncos at the 26-yard line. How we feeling? We're feeling a lot better. We're feeling a lot better this week. Last week was definitely not fun. This week we're definitely feeling a lot better. Let's see here. We need to... Matthew Dahl, what's up, dude? Here's Harvey on the toss. He'll pick up about 5. Matthew Dahl, 56 months. What's up, Director? Hope your New Year's was good. Greg Roman still sucks. I feel you. Hope your New Year's was good, too, my man. We definitely had a lot of fun over here. Mrs. Director put out a display of many different New Year traditions across different cultures. It was definitely a good time. Appreciate that, man. All right, I almost forgot. I need to set up my Bleacher Report stream. Yeah, we're a little behind today. Here's a short pass over the middle that's caught, but dropped by number 13 of the Broncos. It's going to be incomplete. 3rd and 6 coming up for the Broncos. I see. Third and 6. It's a short pass. It's going to be first down. Broncos. It's Bryant who brings it in. First and 10, Bo Nix. He's going to run for it. He's going to pick up 10, maybe 20 yards on that play. First and 10. Another 5-yard run or so for number 38. I think that's McLaughlin, right? Okay, I think we're just about all set. Okay, cool. Coo. Definitely want the Bills to win. Yep. Here's the next play. It's Harvey. Picks up the first down on 2nd and 3. The Broncos now at the Chargers' 27-yard line. 27-yard line for the Broncos. Watching the Bills replay, by the way, they're going to get in the end zone versus the Jets. It's Dawson Knox giving them a 7-0 lead versus New York. Definitely good news for the Chargers. Get some shout-outs here in a second once we settle in and get all these super chats in. Good to see everybody, man. Here's Harvey. Breaks through the first layer. Gets to the second level. Finds himself with a first down and a little extra now in the red zone of the Chargers. We got Wiggy Button. We got Rattlesnake Jake. We got Bayside Inc. We got Danny Fan. We got Amanda Henderson. We got Hugo the Doorman Boss. We got Tom Honaker. We got Eddie Saldana. Chris Boland. Good to see everybody in the chat, man. Wiggy coming in with a 60 months. Says time for a funky win. Let's get it, man. 60 months as the Broncos get a little bit closer now at the 6-yard of the Chargers. 6-yard line of the Chargers will be first and goal for the Broncos there. Joe, good to see you. Director, I don't want to sound pessimistic, but either scenario you mentioned I'm not comfortable with. That being said, I'd go Foxborough over Jacksonville. Yeah, I'm definitely in the wheelhouse of hoping we play the Patriots. I think that's what Jim and company are hoping for in this one. First and goal. Harvey bottled up at the line by Marlowe Wax, who's had a pretty good season. In particular, preseason put him on the board for a lot of Chargers fans. Burrell Bikes with the $5 holla. It's been a tough week. Could really use a Bolts win today. We'll see what happens. Chargers likely up against it this week. A lot of starters not playing. Backups versus the Broncos starters, who are trying to win the first seed. They want that first round bye. On that tackle, Dante Jackson looking a bit shaken up. This is where it gets tough, y'all. The number one priority of this game is to stay healthy. 26 is in the chat for Jackson. The issue is you still have to field a full football team, so you can't realistically bench everybody. Somebody's got to be out there. I think Nico Reed was placed on IR recently. So in terms of who they could have out there, I'm not quite sure. But we really hope he's okay. We really, really are trying to stay healthy, and that's the number one priority of this game, stay healthy. "26 is in the chat for our guy, Dante Jackson, who has sneakily been one of the best corners in football this season. I don't know. Mrs. Director, are you watching? The Eagle has landed. Yeah, we're really hoping to see a majority of our starters that are out there this week, which again, you can't realistically bench everybody. It's not like preseason where you get to go out there and watch all backups. You got to field a full team, and you can only rest so many people. We're just hoping everybody gets out safe. Jermaine, yeah. One of the few starters, yeah. Here's Dante Jackson. He's making his way into the medical tent. Hopefully he's okay, dude. I'll have to see who's playing in his stead. Here's Nix. Tosses it underneath. Very nice tackle by Tarheeb Still. Pushing him out of bounds. It'll be 4th and goal. Chargers hold him to 3. Very nice, Bolts. Chargers looking very, very nice so far to start on defense with the players that they have out there. Let's be honest. There's going to be an asterisk next to every single comment we make about this team this week. And there goes the 3 points for the Broncos. They're going to take a 3-0 lead over the Chargers with 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Why was Jackson playing? Again, you can only sit so many players. The Chargers, let's see if I can go find the list here, did sit a huge number of starters. No Herbert, no Derwin James, no Tooley, no Omarion. No Sawyer, no Molden, no Bozeman. That's a big number of big players for the Chargers. But they still have to field a full team. Some of the players out there today, Khalil Mack, again, hopefully in a limited capacity. When I say that, when I say the starters are out there, I mean that you can almost flip who's a starter this week, right? So you should see some Khalil Mack because of necessity, right? He's got to come out every once in a while. But I would expect to see more Kyle Kennard, right? I think he's getting an opportunity this week. Maybe more Bud Dupree. And then only see Khalil when absolutely necessary. And that's because, again, you have to put a full team out on the field. So we'll see what happens. We're just hoping everybody gets out safe. Adding Cam Ward to underdog lineup today. He got injured very early in the game. Fortunately, if that's the case, Hugo, he kind of gets negated. So if they get injured and they don't come back in the second half, they have like a rescue thing that they do where they either remove his entry completely. So if you hit on the other ones, then I think it's okay, or they refund it completely. And then they give you this token to use in a different game for like a free pick, which is kind of cool. Hopefully that is the case. For Keenan, he needs 6 catches within the first half and 2 touchdowns to sit out before halftime. Yeah, Keenan wants that bonus. Broncos are not playing that good against backups, only scoring 3 points. If you're a Broncos fan, you don't feel safe. I have felt that way. I know a lot of people have felt that way about the Broncos this year. They're in that fraud territory of what are they doing? What happens if we win today? Well, the Chargers would position themselves, with the Colts loss, I think it's still, the 6th seed? I'll have to go look and see what a win scenario is, but that's not as likely. I was looking at that just a second ago. Hang on. Jackson with an ankle injury, by the way. Jackson with an ankle injury is what they're looking at. Okay. So the Texans, with that win, did clinch the 5 seed. So the Chargers, if we do win, we get the 6th seed. If we lose and Buffalo wins, we get the 7th seed. If we lose and Buffalo loses, we get the 6th seed. So that is what's at stake. I think a lot of people at this point kind of hoping for the 7th seed to face the New England Patriots. As the Chargers will run for just a couple of yards. It's behind Jarrett Patterson. Tony Romo talking about feeling pretty confident about Omari and Hampton being back next week. I feel the same way. How disappointed are you we didn't win the division? I'm pretty bummed about it. Feels like, again, the first time for, by the way, here comes Trey Lance on a quarterback draw. And he's only going to pick up a couple yards. It'll be 3rd and medium. Yeah, we waited a long time for the Chiefs to simmer down and to move out of the way. And the Broncos having the season they did, I'm sure they're elated. But again, it's tough, man. Every week we're watching the AFC West. We're paying attention, and the Broncos are just one of those teams this year that it's like it kind of works out in their favor late in the game. Many games very close to a loss as Trey Lance is going to hit over the middle. It's in and out of the hands of his receiver and into the hands of a Broncos defender, returned for a touchdown. Denver. And that's a pick 6 for Trey Lance. He's trying to check it down over the middle, and his receiver could not handle it. I think that was Keandre Lambert-Smith who batted it into the hands of a Broncos secondary player. Taking another look at it, KLS just can't bring it in. A Broncos defender ends up with it. Oof, oof, oof. But honestly, guys, I'm going to say this right now. Oh, no. What are we going to do? The Broncos have taken the lead. This is devastating. How are we going to win this game, Boat Fam? Oh, no. Blaming the refs already? Yeah. To finish my thought on that, Broncos had themselves a bit of a Cinderella season. I would like to be the ones to snuff out that light in the division round. Does that sound fair to you guys? If we play the Patriots, and of course we would have to beat them, we would then advance to the number 1 seed in the NFL, which would be the Broncos. That's the game where you pull out all the stops and you hope to snuff out their light. At that point, it doesn't really matter to me, right? Winning the West. But yes, as of right now, pretty bummed. Pretty bummed we weren't able to make that happen, but it's all right. We can make up for it in the second round of the postseason if we can make it that far. The chosen one. $5 holler. Chargers versus Seahawks, my Super Bowl prediction. Y'all heard it here first. It's the Battle of the West. That would be pretty sick, I'm not going to lie. I'd be excited for that Super Bowl. I'd be excited for any NFC team that is outside the top 10 of pressure. Please and thank you. And appreciate the $5 holla there, chosen one. Christopher with the $5 holla. Can we get some big plays from Trey? He's going to try. I think the Broncos, one of the top defenses in football, are going to make that a bit difficult, but we can try. Danny Fan with the 56 months. I have a feeling top 3 seeds are one and done. It wouldn't be the first time. It would not be the first time. Again, the Chargers were in such a weird predicament this season. I think pretty early on in the year, as we continued to lose starters, I think a lot of us knew the situation, right? And many of us at that point predicted a much worse season. I don't know how many of us had 11 wins on the bingo card. Not many. So to that, you can say we overachieved. You know what I mean? And that's pretty cool. Next season, however, dude, and I know some people hate it when you say, next season, director, I want it now. Well, you know, things happen, life happens. Comes at you fast, you got to adjust, and the Chargers did the best they could with what they had. Next season, though, dude, bro, $100 million to fix that offensive line, I think we can do it. We've been slam dunking every single draft. I think it'll help. We went 11 wins 2 years in a row, despite missing half the team on IR. Let's see what happens next year if folks can stay a little more healthy. If we can get a catapult and launch Bradley Bozeman into the sun, I think that's another 2 wins right there. Who knows? Who knows? I think next season's going to be special. Hugo, I would love nothing more than to go to Foxborough and finally beat them in their own stadium in the postseason. How beautifully poetic would that be, Hugo? Here's 1st and 10. Chargers offense back out on the field. Lots of backups out there. Here's Patterson, who breaks through the first wall, picks up the first down. I get to push a button. There's a big run by the fella right there. Let's go. For comic relief, any bad thing that happens, let's blame on Bozeman. Just throw some dirt on him in the sidelines. What are you doing, dude? Bozeman? Patterson almost broke that for a touchdown. Yeah, he was close. He was close. Here's 1st and 10. Are you saying the Pats are going to be easier on drugs? You know, you're right. It's not going to be easy. But every other opponent, for the most part, has like a top 5 or top 3 pass rush in the game. The Broncos, or say the Patriots, are bottom 10. I would like Justin Herbert to be allowed to play the sport of NFL football, if at all possible, and help us perhaps secure a win, and that's one of the few angles that might allow that. I don't want to see the Texans. I don't want to see the Broncos. I don't want to see any of that nonsense. But you know what? The Patriots offer a glimmer of hope. Defense might be the best they've faced all season, too. Trey Lance, big play down the sideline. It's incomplete. Looking for KLS. It was thrown 5 yards out of bounds. Guys, have you guys seen the Patriots' schedule this season? You guys see all the wins? The teams that they put down this year? They're almost every single one of them under 500. Okay. Grab this play and then hit some super chats. Here's Trey Lance, deep over the middle, overthrown by 5 yards. Trey Lance trying to tune that cannon. Reel it in a little bit there, guy. Got that big arm trying to make these big plays, but you gotta take a look at what your receivers are able to provide. Mike Gee with the $2 holla. Sign a guard, sign a center, draft a tackle first round. Love it. Love everything about it. You know what? You can sign 4 guards, sign 4 centers, draft 6 different linemen, and I'd be about it. You know, funny enough, too, we're going to be seeing a lot of mock drafts for the Chargers taking a center or guard in the first round because of just where we're going to be placed in draft order, right? So we'd be somewhere around 23, right? If we're the 7th seed, presumably, right? As the 7th seed, I think it's somewhere around there. Or is it pick number 25, right? Either way, low to mid-20s is what you're going to be working with. And you're going to see a lot of the top-tier tackles and stuff already gone by then, obviously. You will see opportunities like Josh Simmons, who it's like, yeah, he's great, but, you know, asterisk, question mark, healthy. Maybe he's too into Furbies. You know, like there's something that makes him a weird, risky pick. Interior guys, though, you could probably still get one of the better ones in the whole draft if we were to go that early, right? Center, guard. But where I'm kind of looking, if it were me, is I would probably go defense with that first pick, if at all possible. And I think I would go interior defensive line. I think I'm looking for another tackle, another, you know, end, maybe. Jamari Caldwell adds a lot of value. T.R. Tart has been pretty great, but you want to solidify that if you can, right? I'd be pretty happy with that. But I think either way, what you want is to secure those trenches. That is the body of work I expect to be done. And a big reason why I would feel confident in defense in the first round, depending on who's available, obviously. We got to start going through mock drafts and seeing who's projected and this and that, is because you can get a large bulk of your offensive line done in free agency this year. This is one of the best free agency seasons or classes or whatever you want to call it, groups, in a long time. There's a lot of quality free agents that should be hitting the market this season. And the Chargers, upwards of $115 million, they should be the team that's paying up for offensive line. And funny enough, as horrible as it has been for the Chargers this season due to injury, this is a prime destination for a lot of offensive linemen. They're going to want to come play for Jim Harbaugh. So yeah, give Linderbaum the bag. Right? There's a couple of guards out there that look pretty sweet. There's guard-tackle hybrids that would fit this team beautifully. The Chargers should spend like 20%, if not more, of their budget getting offensive linemen in the building. I'm talking new interiors maybe across the board, right? New guards and a new center. Spend $50 million if you have to. Which, again, it doesn't mean a $50 million contract. That has to be split up into certain years. It would come out to just, $5, $10, $15 million in year one. But that you guys understand what I'm saying. Spend up. Bring in the interior offensive linemen, who are the lower paid end of the spectrum in terms of offensive linemen. Get that entire group revamped, and then see what happens in the draft. If you got a guy that in the first round that looks really, really good, and that it's going to provide a lot of value in the future, still take him, man. That's awesome. But get those trenches fixed. Creative King with the $5 haul. I was expecting the Chargers to miss the playoffs early on after all the injuries. By week 5 or 6, I'm amazed we're even in playoff bound at all this season, right? That's the Jim Harbaugh effect. Here comes Bo Nix trying to scramble. Picks up just a few. It'll be 3rd and medium. Chargers making the postseason is a huge accomplishment considering all of the injuries. Danny Fan with the 2. We're playing the Jags. Bills are tanking. Are the Bills tanking? Scoreboard watching. The Bills, currently with the football, have a 7-0 lead. Hopefully they're not tanking. I'm not quite sure what's on the line for the Bills this week. But they opened up pretty dramatically with a huge touchdown to their tight end. We got an injured Broncos player, by the way, waiting for play to resume. Are the Bills also resting their starters? Interesting. Jets are that bad. Hopefully they remain that bad. I know that the Jets had a couple of players that they said were done for the season, including Breece Hall as well. Yeah. So no Josh Allen today, huh? Got to see who they're fielding. So if Buffalo lose, we go to the Jags. 6th seed. Let me get some confirmations in here, y'all. Alrighty. Let's say the Jets win. And we lose. Yeah. That would put us in the 6th seed. I think Jacksonville, they're pretty locked into the 3rd seed, right? So yeah, that would be Chargers Jags in the first round. No thanks. Which is crazy. I'm going to ask you guys this in the chat. Who would you rather play in the wild card? Would you rather play the Jaguars or the Patriots? I'm going to leave that for you guys to decide in the voting section below. Here comes 3rd and 5. By the way, Dante Jackson probably not going to return. Could absolutely be precautionary. 3rd and 5. Bo Nix, sideline, incomplete. There was some contact there. St. Juice says, no, it was him. Refs already not throwing flags. And it'll be 4th down. The Chargers, backups, holding Bo Nix to a 3rd down and nothing. 4th down. Let's go. Real competitors want the smoke. Okay, so which team is the smoke? The 2nd seed? Or the 3rd seed? Got some math to do here. All right, so we got the poll is finished. We got who would you rather play in the wild card? 83% says Pats, 17% say Jags. And you know, honestly, this is something to consider too. If we do get the Jags, right? Let's say the Chargers get one more shot at the Jags after a couple of ridiculing and embarrassing losses. The Jags are also a team that don't have the best pass rush, if I do recall. Let me go take a look real quick at their statages, because if I remember, them and the Patriots don't have the craziest pass rush, which would be pretty cool. You know, like I'd be happy to see that. Here comes Trey Lance, 1st and 10, throws on the run, out of bounds. 25 seconds left in the first quarter. Let's see. Sack leaders. This is insane, dude. The Broncos lead the pack 64. The next team is 53 with the Atlanta Falcons. That is absurd. Okay, so funny enough, it's the Patriots and the Jags side by side, tied at 31 apiece with sacks. Patriots might surpass them as they are still playing, right? So, fortunately enough, the Chargers will be facing, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Either way, they're going to be facing a bottom 10 pass rush. So, we should be in an okay situation. The problem is the Jags, for whatever reason, have had our number for the last few seasons. So, hopefully that's not the case in round 1. Danny Fan, Director Bowers join Ladd after next year. You're saying they let Bowers walk and the Chargers pick him up. Whatever weird voodoo witchcraft that has to happen in order to make that a reality, let's start studying. Because I would be so... Brock Bowers, I hated that dude. I was so jacked about Brock Bowers potentially being a Charger. You guys remember that season. Raiders, with a much earlier pick, were able to pick him up, but holy crap. Or no. That was the Joe Alt year too, right? I don't remember. Help me out, guys. It's been a long week. I just remember thinking the Chargers would be a great fit. Brock Bowers was a super special talent. Yeah. But who knows, man? Who knows? Maybe sometime in the future we can make that happen. I've been saying that about a whole lot of other players. It was the Joe Alt year, yeah. So we had pick 5, right? And yes, I do remember that because there was a lot of talk about us going Malik Neighbors, and I was sitting here like, Brock Bowers is up there, even though it's a really, really high pick. And then there was also a lot of talk about us trading down and trying to get Brock Bowers a little bit later. Either way, I think we ended up getting the best player. I think that Joe Alt is going to turn out to be one of the best tackles this franchise has ever seen. But it's so difficult to see that right now because of the injury. But if we could somehow get Bowers on this team, that would be awesome. Creative King, to be fair, last time we rematched the Jags after they blew us out, we led them 27-0 in the wild card in Jacksonville. And I know Jim won't choke. That's also pretty fair to say. The one thing that we do have going for us right now, though, is that we've positioned ourselves away from the Broncos. So let's say the Chargers did beat the Texans last week, and then we had our starters out this week, and we were looking to beat the Broncos. If that were to have happened, we more than likely would have played Denver early or later. Either way, like we would have been positioned against another team that has a much better pass rush, like Denver, like Houston. It could have gotten messy pretty quick. I'm honestly like, first round having a bottom 10 pass rush makes me feel a lot better. Bro, buys $2 holla. Falcons. Y'all been here long enough. Yep. Director Jackson, ankle is questionable per Daniel Popper. Thank you, Hugo. Yep. Neighbors, Bowers, Alt were all mocked to us. Yes, they were. I think that year I ended up taking, against my better judgment, I took Malik Neighbors in our big Bleacher Report mock draft. This last year, though, I did take Omarion Hampton. because Pipkin's block player in the back hall. It's like, yeah, there was some friendly fire there for sure. So did we just have a failed tush push on 3rd and 1? Yeah, we're going to be punting now. Failed tush push, and here comes J.K. Scott for the punt. Oh no! Boat fam, we're losing the football game! No! Oh no! Maybe we draft a backup quarterback. Yeah, we'll see what happens with Trey Lance. He was good for the most part this season. He's really up against it in this game. Top defense in all of football. They're playing to win. He's already thrown an interception, but was that really on him? You know, like it bounced off of KLS's hands right into a defender. It's tough. Ugalele is the next backup. Yeah. His brother would be a good pickup in the draft this year. Denver struggling against our backups is hilarious. Yeah, it is. Now, that's something to say and consider on the defensive side of the football. Yeah, they get to 7. It's a 0 to 10, football game, but man, have they had to earn it versus a secondary that doesn't have Derwin. They don't have Tooley. They don't have a lot of guys out there. Here comes the pitch, and a half-yard pickup for Harvey. It'll be 2nd and 9. This game's going by kind of quick, already in the second quarter, under 14 minutes to play. And we got a Bills touchdown. Let's go. Bills lead 13-0 over the New York Jets. We want to see that, man. Of course, I guess the Jags wouldn't be a bad second team to be looking at in the wild card, but ooh, nice penetration, nice tackle. Troy Dye. Says not today. It's gonna be 3rd and 13, dude. What? 3rd and 13, and the Chargers got Bupkis on defense. Here comes the play underneath to the running back. He's going to pick up the first down. Aww. Oh, no. It's 16 yards and a first down, and the Broncos are moving. And a massive hold on that play to make it a first down. Gross. Did you guys see it on Troutman? Ah! Okay, no, we're good. We got the first down. At first, I was like, man, that was pretty bad by the Chargers. Well, it would help if, that guy literally can't turn around because he's being held by the jersey. Here comes a sack! Down goes Knicks. Elshawn Phillips and Big Unc Tony Jefferson. Did you guys see that hold? Let's go, Bills. Even Harbaugh on the sideline. Donkeys are booty. Booty donkeys. We should have rested all starters. You can't do that. But I understand why. Thinking that. Oh, here's an incomplete pass on 2nd and 15. It'll be now 3rd and 15. Can the Chargers defense hold here? I wish that we could just rest all starters and call it a day, but you got to put a football team on the field, and somebody's got to be out there.
Love the haircut, sir. Facing the Dallas crew here, the consensus is, let's play the Pats. Thank you for an amazing 2025, and bringing Chargers fans into 2026. A late Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you and yours. Face the Dallas crew. Appreciate the love there, man. Let's get this fourth down here, right? 3rd and 15. Here's Bo Nix. This one's for Face. Almost sacked. It gets down to 1. And it's going to be a 4th and 8 by the Chargers defense, who hold strong versus a Patriots first-string offense. Fighting for the first string. Y'all are donkey butt. Appreciate the $20 holla from Face. What's going on, dude? Love that, dude. Thank you so much for the support, man. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Hopefully everybody had a good time. In the Face household, Dallas crew. Appreciate that, man. Big love. And we did get the 4th down here. Here comes the punt by the Broncos. Chargers looking to return. And it will be Davis. I'm surprised to see Davis out there. Davis trying to make something happen. Passes the 25-yard line down to around the 28. The Patriots starters? Did I say that? The Broncos starters. Every team that we've mentioned in the last 30 minutes are going to become one entity, one unit, and it's up to you guys to decipher. Like, brushing the dust off a wall in Indiana Jones. What is director talking about? You take a look at your notes. Right here. Director 20 minutes ago mentioned the Patriots in a postseason scenario. You take that, and you replace the Broncos, and by God, we've got the Holy Grail. This feels like a preseason game. Yeah, it does. Me too. Man, dude, I went out and got this haircut yesterday. I mean, it looks fine, but you guys can't see it. You can see that big poofy thing on the side. Ever since I was a kid, I had the craziest cowlicks, man. I got the alfalfa treatment. Yeah, I guess it's fine, whatever. I ran out of time. Time got away from me this morning. I was enjoying breakfast with my wife and talking, and I was, oh, crap, I gotta get on. 15 minutes. We got a lot of stuff to do. It is poofy. It is poofy. That's one thing I always tell the barbers, and I'm in a new area. I moved, because you guys remember, like a year ago, so I've been kind of on the lookout for a new barber. And you go too short on the director. My hair is very straight and very thick, so it just goes... We'll see. I'm thinking 2 weeks. It'll grow out to a point where it settles down a little bit. For anyone who watches Brandon Perna, the Broncos were... we butt. Bit more tighter on the sides. Nice fade. You guys think I could pull off a fade? I don't know about that. I like to keep my hair long because it's so poofy. But we'll see. It got cut a little too short this week. That's okay. It grows super fast. Shout out from Orange County. Woo! KDA. That's one of my favorite parts of Cali. I love Orange County, dude. In comparison to, what, El Segundo? I definitely don't mind strolling down the street in Orange County. Can't say that about El Segundo. Second down. I remember thinking that, too, when I was in Long Beach. Me and Mrs. Director were excited to go hang out, and the vibe was a little sketch. Your hair is made for fade. You'll have to consult Mrs. Director on that one. She's the one chick I'm trying to impress now these days. You remember when you go to school and you go get that new shirt, that new cologne, and you'd sit yourself close to that one chick in the cafeteria, hope she looks your way? Yeah, I'm still doing that. But now it's at the breakfast table in my pajamas. Get that one thing that you're looking for. I can say I'm mission successful with this one, though. He was happy with that. Overthrown ball by Trey Lance. It looked like a busted wide receiver screen to Keenan Allen, 3rd and 6. What's up, Nightwave? Come on, Lance. It's over the middle. It's a first down. It's a Rondé Gadsden barreling his way for extra yardage. It'll be 1st and 10 now at the 48-yard line. Let's go win for the memes. I still think we're going to lose, but how hilarious would that be? I honestly don't. We don't even need to win. We just need to put up some kind of hilarious fight versus the starters of the Broncos. I mean the Patriots. I mean the Steelers. I mean the Broncos. We got ourselves a first down. You never noticed me? Ah. Well, let's see what happens. Here's the play action. It's Lance. Line disintegrates instantly, and Lance gets taken down. That's a big loss. Woo! And Lance, just no opportunity to throw it away, it seems like. Man, he was eaten alive. What happened? Okay, so the running back tried to chip the blocker. I think that was Nick Bonito, by the way. That man's a monster. Holy crap, dude. So he swims inside. Running back tried to chip him. Left tackle had nothing going for him there. I think that's Austin Deculus, if I'm looking correctly. That was just a complete crazy play by Bonito. Here comes a short completion to Davis. It'll be 3rd and still forever. 3rd and 15. O-line. You know what would be the funniest thing ever? If the Raiders tanked to get Fernando Mendoza just for him to pull an Eli Manning crest trade on draft night. That would be hilarious. Let's make it happen. Let's all calm down. This is the 2nd string. I think we're on the same page here. I think all of us understand what we're looking at. On one side, the nuclear bomb of the Denver Broncos. On the other side, a toddler. Comfortable in their stroller. Who will win? Well, I know what my money's on. Andre James is holding it down. That is one number on that offensive line to pay attention to. Don't think Trey Lance sucks. He's probably throwing this game, no pun intended. Tony Romo's sitting out here. He's like, yeah, what are you going to do? They're down to like the 4th, 5th, 6th string tackle.
I know people have fatigue about listening to this, but without Lamar Jackson or J-Herb, Greg Roman wouldn't even be able to coach college football. What does Harbaugh see in him? Honestly, why him?
That's a tale as old as time. You know, there's a dream. I have a dream that the Chargers, maybe one of the teams calling up Phillip Rivers. You guys hear about this? I haven't talked about it in my entire show for some reason, but it's very exciting. Phillip Rivers is being considered for coaching opportunities in the NFL following this season. He's expected to get some interviews. I mean, could you imagine anything more poetic than Justin Herbert learning from Phillip Rivers as a coach on the sideline? Remember thinking of Nick Hardwick thing was beautiful. And, you know, honestly, considering all the circumstances, it is a beautiful thing. We got a lot of coaches out there. Navarro Bowman. The former greats coaching the future of the team. Like, it all feels so poetic. I would love to see Phillip Rivers out here as an offensive coach, whether it be quarterback, whether it be OC. Woo! I would love to see OC Phillip Rivers in the league. But funny enough, he's also being considered for head coach. Obviously, he would take that opportunity over an OC or QB coach. Can you imagine Phillip Rivers, the head coach of wherever? I think the Colts were mentioned. As much as I would love to think about him coming to the Chargers, too, I think that would be a little stretch. What do you guys think? You guys remember that season where we played at the Galaxy Stadium, the soccer stadium? Was it 2019? Was that the year? And Phillip Rivers, instead of moving to LA and all that kind of stuff or staying up there, like he made that drive from San Diego to LA, in Carson, every single day for practice and for games and everything like that. He didn't want to leave San Diego. To be fair, I don't think anybody wanted any part of the Chargers to leave San Diego. Do we think Rivers would be cool with LA now, or is he still a San Diego kid? Either way, I think he would maybe consider that. Hopefully. Back then, he didn't want to do it. The Carson Chargers. You guys remember that abomination jersey when they thought about us sharing the stadium with the Raiders? Short pass to number 19 gets walloped. It'll be second down. We'll draft Gunnar Rivers. How crazy would that be, dude? How crazy would it be if at some distant point in the future, Phillip Rivers gets the opportunity to coach his kid? I don't know. I love the Rivers family, dude. One of the biggest reasons I'm even into this sport. That Chargers, Phillip Rivers era was something special. Second and 7. It's Harvey. Picks up a couple. 3rd and 4 coming up for the Broncos. Now it's just 6 minutes left in the first half. LAC are not good. Hi. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the reality in which the Chargers, who are sitting their first string offense and defense, are now up against the number 1 seed in the AFC, who are playing to secure that position in a first-round bye. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for contributing to the conversation, my friend. Alan with the $2 holla just got here. How's the game going? About as much as you expect it with the sitting situation. Now, to remind everybody why the Chargers are doing this, it is because we are hoping to face the Patriots and or maybe a redemption game versus the Jags. I'm still leaning Patriots on that one. You want yourself a situation where Justin Herbert has a little time to throw the football. Both those teams will be fielding a bottom 10 pass rush. And with the Bills winning 14-0 over the Jets, we are currently on the trajectory to face the Patriots, which could make for a good first-round game. Is that Garrett Bowles? Went to school with that guy. Bowles is down. You know what's crazy too? Puka went to my rival school. Puka Nakua. Yeah, Bowles is a big one for them, dude. He's a cornerstone of that offensive line, which has been very, very good. Yeah, Phillips is looking good. Which former Charger would the director most want to have in studio for calling a game? Dude, it would obviously be Phillip Rivers. I would die hearing that commentary. Well, shoot. Well, darn. That is quite literally one of my favorite players in Chargers history outside of LT. I think it's LT, Phillip Rivers, Antonio Gates, Junior Seau. Oh, Junior Seau is probably number 2. He could be number 1. But I didn't get to watch much of Junior, you know, and I watched a bit of LT. He's one of the reasons I got into football. But Phillip Rivers carried me through that era with the Chargers, dude. Him and Antonio Gates. Dagnabbit. Gosh darn it. But Garrett Bowles being helped off the field. Here comes 3rd and 4 by Bo Nix. Lots of pressure. He's trying to escape. Will he make the edge this time? Yes, he will. First down, Nix. But he got whistled dead after the first down. They were hoping to see a lot more if you're a Broncos fan. Dan Humphries? Yeah, baby. The director, where do you get your haircuts? I'm still looking for a new barber. I think I found one. My haircut before this, I was very, very happy with. To be fair, the woman who cut it recently, I wasn't very good at describing what I was looking for. But the one before that, I think, did a brilliant job. I think I may have found a new barber in the area. Here comes Nix scrambling again, and there's a flag. Looked like a hold on the Broncos. And again, it's because you guys see this right here? Whoop. That's why I keep it long. Five-yard penalty. Replay, first down. It's Troutman again. Genuinely wish the Broncos fans can experience the O-line the Chargers have been having. Yeah, that's the big argument that everybody's had when it comes to MVP, when it comes to, if the Chargers and Broncos quarterback situation were to flip. Let's say Bo Nix was a Charger and Herbert was a Bronco. The season that Bo Nix has seen would look horrendous on the Chargers, to the point where we probably only win a few games. Let's say 4 or 5 games is what I feel confident in with Bo Nix. Broncos probably go win the Super Bowl with Justin Herbert pretty handedly, right? And you can say that about every quarterback in football. You put them on the Chargers this season, I don't care who it is. It's Josh Allen. It's Patrick Mahomes. It's Lamar Jackson. Everybody will struggle mightily on this team with that offensive line. That's what makes Justin Herbert so special. Despite that setback, he has been a fantastic player this season. Here's Bo Nix looking, fires underneath, incomplete. Excuse me. It'll be 3rd and 15 coming up. 3rd and 15. Cookie Monster. $5 holla. I'm relieved to have low-stress game before the playoffs, and our stars get some rest too. Who would you prefer the Bolts to see in the wild card round? I'm looking for the Patriots. I think that's a good test in the first round. You want that second seed, but I also think that the Patriots' schedule has offered them a lot of favors. I think the Chargers' defense would be among the best that they have faced this year, and their pass rush not being as scary as other teams on that list could provide a good opportunity for Justin Herbert to get more involved in that first round. Here comes the underneath pass to the Broncos, nicely wrapped up by Cam Hart. It's 4th and 14. Chargers' second string defense holding down the fort versus Bo Nix and the starters of the Broncos. Thank you so much, Cookie Monster. Now, they're talking about it on the broadcast right now. They're saying, hey, we got Chargers starters on the sideline that are dressed and just not playing. That is the strategy. For a lot of people upset that we got ourselves a game where not all our starters are resting. A lot of the key ones are. Derwin James, Tooley, Justin Herbert, Hampton. But you have to put a football team out on the field, and so you're going to have to start a lot of the guys that you were hoping to see some rest this week. However, you don't have to play them. A lot of the Chargers' backups are the ones out there primarily, but you have to field a team, so you might see 1 or 2 snaps of Khalil Mack. You might see, the same mentality of a preseason game. Like, they're going to be out there, but you'll probably see them only in a very limited capacity. Something about Derwin in street clothes and braids get flashbacks to the 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, they did a really good job with the marketing of the Superchargers as led by Derwin James, man. We have about 3 minutes left in the first half. Can the Chargers offense get anything done here as the Buffalo offense just scored another touchdown? Here's Trey Lance looking. He's going to try and take off with it. And he picks up a first down. Let's go, Trey Lance. Gets out of bounds, stops the clock at 2:48, puts the Chargers at the 48-yard line. Love the gold jerseys. They have grown on me. I saw it in my closet this week, and I was like, hey, this is a perfect opportunity to wear it again. Because in Chargers practice, the yellow jersey is the non-contact jersey. You do not touch that player. And with us resting so many starters, I thought, hey, let's bring out the non-contact jersey for this week, which, you know, I like it. I'm sorry. A lot of people don't like it. It's grown on me. Here comes Trey Lance, fires underneath, looks for Keenan Allen. I don't know if that's his first reception of the game, but, you know, he's trying to add to his stats to get that bonus this week. It'll be 2nd and 8 and a 2-minute warning for the Chargers in the first half. Need to put the blue pants with the yellow jersey. You know, honestly, that sounds pretty sick. I think that would be cool. You know, get some powder blue involved in that jersey. I think more people would be more accepting of it. Heck, even white pants. I thought the white pants and the white helmet would look pretty cool too. But, you know, yeah, mix it up a little bit. Maybe don't do the full unitard, and the yellow jerseys might be more accepted because, man, that was bright on that Colts game. I could barely make out the numbers on the players during that broadcast. I remember saying, it's a receiver. They caught it. Okay, Chargers moved the ball forward, and from what I'm pretty sure was Justin Herbert. Have the yellow 33 Derwin jersey before the Chargers revealed the current ones. Yeah, these have been pretty popular. Like, I've seen them at Thunder Rally every single year. And we finally saw the first game of them wearing it, and, you know, I didn't love the broadcast with them, but I like it in person. They look really, really nice in person. Is the Color Rush jersey now just continue from being used? Yeah, I mean, the whole league stopped that years ago, man. I'm one of those people that loved Color Rush. I thought that was one of the funnest things that the NFL did for a few years. I remember loving the Ravens Color Rush, the Bengals. Chargers were pretty nice, but they looked a lot like the Rams. The Chargers were pretty cool too, because that was a throwback to the Winslow days too, and Dan Fouts day in that era, which is pretty nice. I still have a couple of those in my closet too. No, I have a Bosa. I think a Melvin Ingram I might also have in that royal blue. But if I'm being honest, guys, like the era going forward, yellow jerseys were fun and cool, and I'll probably wear it every once in a while in a broadcast or whatever. But the formula from now on has got to be the powder blues and the navies. That's it. I want at least 4 games in the navies, and the rest can be powder blues. I think that's pretty fair, right? We'll say at least 3 games in the navies. Powder blue, in my opinion, should remain the primary forever. Like, that is the best jersey in the NFL, bar none. Like, that is the cleanest, most iconic, perfect, clean jersey that you're going to find in football. But those navies are so sick and intimidating, man. So you give me the powder blues as the main, and then you give me the navies as the alternate, and you make sure you got a good number of them. A good number of games for the navies, too, and that would make me happy. There was a short pass to Keenan Allen, by the way. He'll pick up 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and 6, and the Chargers are kind of close to field goal range. They're going to need another 10 yards or so. See if the Chargers can close this lead a little bit. Did find most of my jersey. Did find most of my jerseys. Nice, especially the jersey you sent me. Awesome, Hugo. Good to hear it, man. Good to hear it. Did Keenan get some kind of bonus with that catch? I know there was some receptions, but I know the touchdown was the big one that he wanted. He needs a touchdown, 2 touchdowns, right? Yikes, I don't know if that's happening. Trey Lance looking, fires. He's real close to that first down. It'll be like 3rd or 4th and like an inch. They may even give it to him. It was really close. They are going to say it was a first down. Keenan. Oh, yeah, he did. He backed up into it. 1st and 10. Here comes the challenge flag by the Broncos. Director, total. How many jerseys do you own? Both that fit and don't, by the way. That is a really intelligent caveat, my friend. Because if the ones that didn't fit did not count, number would be pretty small. Oh, man. This isn't even all the jerseys. I have literally a closet in my studio that's just for jerseys and gear. Like, it has a rod for clothes. It's only jerseys. And then everything on the shelf above it is like camera equipment and stuff like that. By the way, the call was overturned. It'll be 4th and 1, so Chargers likely go for it here. But if I were to take a rough stab at it, I would say like 30 or 40 jerseys, maybe, because I know this isn't all my jerseys right here either. I'm going to say like 35 jerseys is probably what I have. And that's after I gave away a bunch of jerseys over the years, too. I would have, some friends over, and we'd be watching Chargers games, and I'd be like, hey, I was going to take that to, the thrift store anyway, because I got to make room for some new jerseys. And, I've given my brothers several. I've given my friends several. I've given people I barely know Chargers jerseys. Yep. Easy with the 5. They play like this against our backups. Imagine our starters. For the postseason, all I want is a Herbo playoff win. Me too. Me too, me too, me too. Yeah, it's hilarious seeing the result of this game so far against just the backups. Thank you so much for the $5 holla. Creative King with the 2 says, gotta disagree, navies are the best. Powder blue to be the alternate. Again, I'm not going to dock anybody for saying that because the navies are just so sick. But the powder blues, man, like, I remember everybody fought so hard for them for so many years, and we finally got them, and they were everything we were hoping for. Here comes the 4th and 1, and the Chargers will get it. Ball was on the ground for a second, but they whistled it dead. He was definitely on the ground before it came out. Nice 4th down conversion for the Chargers. But yeah, I'm a powder blue guy. But I would not dock anybody for wanting those navies as the primary either. Because they are very, very sick. Raso, 20 months director. Oh, that's right. We just said that. Yeah, I'm going to say about 35. And over the years, I'm sure it's been over 50, maybe 100 jerseys. I would get them everywhere. From the thrift store, from sketchy Chinese websites, Facebook Marketplace. Back in the day, it was Craigslist, yard sales. Man, if I saw a powder blue or a navy or a Chargers jersey anywhere, I would snag it right away. Back to the 2000s, have navies as our primary jerseys, powder blues against division rivals. That'd be interesting. And again, I wouldn't hate it. What does the director jersey? You're talking about my jersey that has my name on it? I always put 01. That is the jersey number I go with. When I look in the mirror, I see a goat. False start on the offense. I'm sitting here like it's taking forever to get a play out. Under a minute to play, it's 1st and 15 Chargers. Very close to field goal range. Since when is 10-0 struggling? Man, Chargers fans know ball. Welcome to the conversation, Joe. We got ourselves a Joe Schmo understanding the game of football. Whereas the Chargers starters on the sideline using their superpowers of superhuman telecommunication are the ones responsible for the 10-0 score. And the Broncos, whose starters are on the field also using their telecommunication powers, are the ones putting up 10 points versus the cradle baby Chargers backups of 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th stringers. As resulting to the definition of the dictionary Dictionary definition of struggling. Oh, no, that one went off the rails a little bit at the end there. But the point is, we have our backups out there. Leedle, 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 lee. It's Joe. It's the Joe Show. Third down, Chargers pick up 5 yards. 3 to convert, and we're moving the football. One of the best defenses in the league. Which jersey do you regret buying the most? Regret is a big word. I don't know if I regret buying any jersey. I did regret the number of jerseys I bought for one player. Can you guys guess it? Can you guys guess the one player I bought maybe too many jerseys for that I got too excited about? And this, I'm going to say, I'll give you a hint. This was back in the San Diego Chargers days. Okay. No, I have a lot of Joey Bosa jerseys. I do not regret the amount. I have like 399 jerseys and like 397 jerseys. Bosa's one of my favorite. Melvin Gordon's a good guess. Redbeard got it. I bought like 4 Ryan Matthews jerseys. I was so excited about Ryan Matthews. And obviously it turned out one way it did. Here comes a nice pass by Trey Lance to Keenan Allen. It's a first down, Chargers. Let's go. Redbeard. That's hilarious. Yeah, I have some Melvin Gordons too. I mean, we're all waiting for that next big running back after LaDainian Tomlinson, which I have plenty of jerseys of too. I think I ended up buying 2 Melvin Gordon jerseys. I have one in the royal blue and then one in navy, I think. But man, I had every color of Ryan Matthews jerseys, dude. I was so excited to see him on the Chargers. And of course, we know how that went. I think I ended up giving away all my Ryan Matthews jerseys except for one. How's Andre James looking? I'm showing up late. Well, I have to keep an eye on him. I think he's looked okay. Here comes 2nd and 10. Chargers now at the 30-yard line. Trey Lance flushed outside, almost picked off. Nice read by Moss, but he couldn't secure it. It's 3rd and 10. Thanks for the $2 holler there, Colin. Yeah, from what I've seen, it seemed not bad. You want the Jags game? Oh, you were at the Jags game when Ryan Matthews got hurt. Yeah, dude. And that was just the case over and over again with... I mean, well, that's one of those players that the Chargers were cursed with all the time. Him and Jason Verrett and all these guys that you just knew were
Navies
great
are
players,
the true
but
San
they
Diego
couldn't stay on the
Chargers
field.
color, and cause of that I hope they keep the PB as the main wall in LA. Navy is the color of SD. But they should always do Navy versus the Raiders at home every season.
I like the thinking behind that, Creative King. Here comes the play that's whistled dead. We'll see what happens here. Delay a game on the Chargers. It's going to push us back. Got to see what that does for the Chargers' decision here. And yeah, I think that's a great point to be made. Navy is the San Diego color. We'll circle back to that here in just a second.
Go Superchargers. Just heading home from the Teddy Bear Toss game in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Not really worried about this game. This is the Broncos Super Bowl. Our Super Bowl run is up and coming. Horse emoji.
Let's go.
High voltage sign emoji.
Hershey, Pennsylvania.
High voltage sign emoji.
Trey Lance over the middle, finds KLS. Picks up the first down. Chargers now at the 10-yard line. KLS is banged up. He's limping and down. 84's in the chat. Is that not a hip drop tackle right there? Is that not what they banned last season or 2 seasons ago? Is that not a hip drop tackle, fam? Has that not been outlawed in these parts? Well, hopefully he's okay. Chargers with 6 seconds and no timeouts, too. I don't know if you got to just take the points here, right? We'll see what they decide to do out of break, but hopefully KLS is okay. Yeah, simple hands. Director, you do a giveaway for a custom signed director jersey. Is that something you people would really want? That's crazy. I would consider it, but that, sounds less enticing than like a straight up Herbert or something. Okay. Well, you guys know what we do in the off season. We like to throw some giveaways at the folks that stick around during the slow part of the season. Maybe we'll add that to the list. Director, I love the jersey, but you sent a picture of you just wearing the jersey, and that's it. Why? That was not what we asked for. Oh, sorry, that's a side gig. Here comes Cam Dicker, putting up the Chargers' first points of the game. And we'll circle back around to the Hollas here in just a second, guys, because there were some good points being made there. Doing the one from Hershey, Pennsylvania. Kick is up and good. It's Cam Dicker, closing the gap to just a one-score lead over the Broncos. Yeah. I did win a giveaway elsewhere for a yellow Keenan jersey. I'm grateful for anything I get, especially jersey you gave me. Appreciate it, Hugo. I'm glad you like it. Joshua with the $5 holla. Tua as Chargers QB2 next year. That would be disgustingly hilarious. Dolphins fans would implode on themselves. And to be fair, I don't think Tua fits our system at all. So maybe no, but for the memes, yes. Please. Director, win or lose, are we forced to play Jacksonville? I was hoping to play New England. At this point, no. If we lose, we play New England. If we win, I still think we play New England, right? No, we play Jacksonville if we win. Hang on, I have the thing over here. Let's see, if I switch this to Chargers win, then the Broncos would fall to the 3rd seed and we would play them. Is that right? Do I have that put in here correctly? Maybe I did something wrong here. That would be nuts. I don't know if I want that. Maybe I do. You want to play the Donkeys? I do too, but I want to play them in the second round where we can knock them out and their tears fuel our hopes and dreams for the next 5 years. We play the Jags next week. Yeah, so if we lose and the Bills win, then we play the Patriots. If we lose and the Jets win, then we play Jacksonville. That is where we are at. That is the simple version. Now, if we win this game somehow, that's where things get crazy. If we win and the Bills win, then it looks this thing says we play Denver again. So that would be crazy. I would love to advance and put BTA on the Donkeys in their own stadium. I love how that's become a thing where I understand the acronym of it now. In the playoffs, that would be hilarious. Maybe we'll do another vote here while I'm running the commercial if you guys want. Because, man, like an hour ago, we ran the poll to see who the chat wants to rather play in the postseason, the Patriots or the Jags. And the Patriots took it away, but there's now a lot of people saying they want Jacksonville. So let's run it one more time while we're in commercial. All right, let's start this one more time. Again, it was like an 80% over Dax, or it was New England that won like by 80% last time. All right, before we run into commercial break, welcome to the crew, Tokes. Welcome back. Joshua to his QB2. Yep. That would be hilarious. All right, Creative King. Navies are the true San Diego colors. Yes, Navy as being represented to the Navy of of San Diego, right? Military town. Very appropriate homage to what is the heart and soul of San Diego, which is why it's so beloved and why it's a reason I think that the navies are very appropriate to throwing back and heralding to their heritage, which is awesome. Keep powder blue is the main, while in LA, navy is the color of San Diego, but they should always do navies versus the Raiders at every home game this season, which I think is pretty appropriate. I think that's pretty cool, right? That game in particular was pretty cool. The Chargers, Raiders, something about it felt pretty mean, which was awesome. But yes, I don't blame anybody that wants to see those navies hit the field more next season. And again, if we take away the yellow jersey game and replace it with the navy jersey, what would that be? 4 games, right? Because we had the Texans, we had the Raiders, we had the Vikings, which I attended, and the yellow game. So I mean, 4 games a season, that'd be pretty sick. I would enjoy that. 4 games a season and the rest in powder blue. That's what I'm aiming for. But again, Navy's very, very sick. Go Superchargers heading home from teddy bear toss game. What's a teddy bear toss? In Hershey, Pennsylvania. Not worried about the game. This is Broncos Super Bowl. Our Super Bowl run is up and coming. Big love. The MDIPBT. Thank you. So it's $17 holla. Good looking number in the chat, man. Always, always. All right, guys. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor, ExpressVPN. Keep them in mind for next season, dude. That is by far and away the easiest way to catch every single game, while also on a budget and like a legit way. We've all heard the ways around for years. That certain sketchy website that got shut down this season. There's still ways to do it that way. There always will be. But if you want a legit way that is as reliable as they come, you got to jump through a few hoops, but most people are willing to do that for consistency. And this is the way to do it. Here's a quick word from our sponsor, ExpressVPN. Watching football is awesome, but finding where to watch the freaking game, not so awesome. Because for whatever reason, it's ridiculously complicated. You need like 1 million subscriptions. Amazon Prime, ESPN, Peacock, Netflix, etc. That's like $100 a month, and you're only getting some of the games. And blackouts, those suck. But there's always Sunday Ticket, right? Sure, you can get this one for $480. But once again, I hope you like blackouts. Or this one for just $378, where you get most of the games. But you also need YouTube TV, which is like another $80 a month, which adds up to a total over of like $800. Guys, come on. Football should never be this expensive or complicated. And it doesn't have to be, because I found something many years ago. Maybe one of the best kept secrets they don't want you to know about. NFL Game Pass. This will almost seem too good to be true, because NFL Game Pass is basically a self-contained streaming service of just live NFL games and content. This is the Netflix of football. Yes, live games, every single one. No blackouts, all in one place, and the best part, affordable. It's like $20 a month. So what? Why are we not all over this? Why doesn't everybody have this in the NFL season? That's because for some reason, they only make it available to international audiences, folks across the pond. The best NFL streaming app in the world actually exists, but we're locked out. Except the thing is, I found the key, and it's so easy. And now I'm sharing it with you guys. It's a VPN. You know that thing that allows you to bounce your signal to like another place in the world? Yeah, that works with NFL Game Pass. Now you get access to this awesome thing, and you can enjoy football like a normal human being without having to sell a kidney. It really is so easy. Let me show you. First off, you'll need a VPN. I've tried many. ExpressVPN is the best, and they know it. And they know I know it. And they know how much I love it. So they sent me a discount to forward to you good people. Use my link in the description when signing up. It'll get that price down to as low as like $5 a month. Worth every penny. Next, you'll need to turn on the VPN, set up your location. I would highly recommend this one. Das is good. And we're ready to rock and roll. Now, Game Pass is currently hosted on DAZN.com, of which the NFL has partnered with. So you want to go there, or you can follow the link in the description that'll take you directly to the Game Pass page. And when you're there, and this is new by the way, way, check this out. You can actually watch the preseason for free right now. Guys, this is actually huge. I would highly recommend trying this out, at least to this point, so you can make sure everything's working properly before paying for the rest of the season. You know what I mean? Because look, right now, I'm watching for free. Not a penny spent. And I'm sure if I was doing this for the first time, I'd be losing my mind. Like I'm sure you guys are gonna. Now that you tried it out, you're ready, you're satisfied with the epicness of the Game Pass app, and wishing you could go back in time so you could have been using this method for the last 5 years, you're ready to go ahead and grab whichever subscription you want for the season. Yes, this will give you access to live broadcasts from American commentators, all in English, in real time, no blackouts to the NFL season. And again, it's on the cheap, like 20 bucks a month. Look, it converts to like what, 22, 23 bucks? But that's it. You're done. Welcome to easy, affordable football. Now, a couple of notes before I let you excited football fans back into the world. One, when you're doing this, just make sure your VPN is on before going to DAZN.com. Otherwise, they won't let you in. Next, if you're having issues accessing the site, maybe try using Chrome and clearing your cache. Works wonders for me. Lastly, if you want to enjoy the game on your TV, it's actually super simple. You can either go the college kid HDMI cable out the laptop route, or you could find the ExpressVPN app on your phone, cast it to your TV. I know it's on Fire Stick, smart TVs, Xbox, whatever, and load up that way. Just make sure that the DAZN app is also available on that device. I think it's available on most. I personally use a Fire Stick myself, but it's made super easy. One day I hope Game Pass will be available to everyone, not just international folks, because really, this is how watching football is supposed to be. No jumping between apps, no expensive bundles, just one app, one place, easy, affordable football. So with that, I release you. Good luck on your football watching journeys this year. I hope this video makes the best sport in the world easier to enjoy and access for everyone. Be sure to use my link in the description for the best deal on ExpressVPN and watch football the way it's supposed to be. It's football season, baby. Hi. Sorry if I left you guys in the dark here too long. I had to go find my water. My excellent Chargers water container. And what do you guys call these? I called them water bottles for the longest time, but they're not. Anyway. Go find it. Alrighty. Maybe I show you guys this and you can help me out here. Tumblr! Yes, Tumblr. Tumblr. At least what I remember. Alright, let's go over here, throw that over there, and toss you guys over. Okay, so here is the playoff machine. Damn it, you guys can't see that far down. This new screen has ruined so much of my joy here. I'll find a way to fix that later. For now, you guys just take my word for it, okay? Right now, the playoff seeding, if the Chargers somehow win this football game and the Bills win, it says that we play Denver. What more likely is going to happen is that the Broncos are going to win, the Buffalo Bills are going to win, and we're likely going to be going up against New England. If the Jets lose and we lose, then we go up against Jacksonville. That is what I understand. Let's go ahead and end this poll here, too. We can see stuff. Fit Freestyle Kid $2 hollow. I want the Broncos in round 1. Let's make it 3-0. How insane would that be, dude? How insane would that be in the membrane? Shannon Cooper, welcome to the crew. Thank you so much. I miss anybody else? All right, here we go. Nice haircut. Thanks. Would you rather play in the wild card, New England versus Jacksonville? I think it's almost the exact same result. 81% of voters said they want to play New England, which we'll get to here in a second as to why. And then Jacksonville, 19%. And that's out of 256 votes in the chat. The biggest reason why I think Chargers fans want a fresh look at the first round versus a new team like the Patriots is because, number one, the Patriots, their defense isn't the best. Their pass rush is not the best. We may stand a good chance versus New England, considering they also did not play a lot of good teams this year. They played a lot of poo-poo opponents. And the Chargers defense may end up being the toughest defense they have faced all season. We'll see if that's enough to get the Chargers a win over New England. But why you're probably only seeing 19% of Jacksonville is because they've whooped us so hard the last 2 times we've played them. I think a lot of people believe that the easiest way to advance in the postseason is through New England, and I kind of agree with it. I do. If Jacksonville advances, that's a problem for another day, but you know, if we were to end up winning that first round over the New England Patriots, I think we would end up playing the Broncos after that, right? And that would be an interesting game. Danny Fan with the $2 holla. Bills win. We're paying the Patriots. Yep. And I think that's what a lot of us are hoping for at this time. For sure. Thank you guys so much for hanging in there. As this game kind of just going through the motions, right? I think a lot of us understand that. We're going through the motions of this game. Talking about different scenarios that could unfold because of it, but it's a tough one to just dissect here, man. I got a show on Bleacher Report about this game afterwards. Can I carry that show 20 minutes? I don't know. It would be mostly talking about playoff stuff. Here comes a play as to where Bo Nix's pass is batted down at the line. It'll be 2nd and 10. Lance has more yards than Bo. That's hilarious. Hilarious. Imagine being so pathetic that you come to an opposing team's live stream and talk crap and feel big about yourself. Who's doing that? Weirdos. Go find a hobby. Somebody needs a chick in their lives. Bring them down to earth. Find some purpose. 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff up the middle. 5-yard gain by the Broncos. A Donkey fan? Oh, welcome, Donkey fans. Welcome, welcome. Have a seat. Enjoy yourselves. Does Bo really only have 38 yards? Crazy. It's crazy how laid back and nonchalant we are about this game. And I continue to see Broncos fans coming in here gloating about this backup situation. You know what happened the last time this happened, dude? By the way, Bo Nix, incomplete pass. It's 4th and 4. The last time the Chargers played an AFC West division rival with their backups, we got spanked so hard. We went and picked up Jim Harbaugh and the whole freaking organization turned over in 1 year. And to that I'll say I'm forever grateful. This game, however, is a weird one. That's a weird one to feel any sort of pride in. We know what we're doing. We know why we're here. We know the odds with Trey Lansing at quarterback and no defense, or I should say no big starters on defense. Who cares? Sit down. Have a drink. Reflect on your life's decision that led to being a crappy Broncos fan. Everybody relax. Gonna miss Minter so much. I really hope that he sticks around, dude. Chargers elite defense. Can we talk about that for a minute? Yeah. I mean, just imagine what this game would look like if we had Derwin and Thule, and Mac is out there technically, but he's not playing any snaps. We got nobody out there, and we're still holding him down, 10 points in the first half? I'll take it. Who can hook me up a Rivers Colts jersey? That's one I wouldn't mind having in my collection either. That might be one of the only non-Chargers jerseys I would put up in my closet. That and my other favorite player of all time that did not play for the Chargers. Does anybody know it? I've talked about him a few times. Does anybody remember who my favorite player is that did not play for the Chargers? He played for very many years. And he is considered one of the best players at his position, but maybe doesn't get brought up enough as to one of them. He's been retired a long time now. Offense or defense? Offense. El Soldado, you got it, dude. Someone's been paying attention, man. Yeah, a couple of you guys got it. Larry Fitzgerald. One of my all-time favorite players. That I should have a jersey. My wife has a jersey of Larry. She's a big Larry fan too. Love Larry Fitzgerald. Then we ended up getting a Larry Fitzgerald of our own, kinda, in Keenan Allen. Him and Phillip Rivers and the way they lead their lives helped shape me. I think Larry is an excellent human being on top of being one of the best football players of all time. 1st and 10. Chargers pick up a couple. It will now be 2nd and 8. Wazarike now down 2, dude. Broncos. We got to see what's going on with them next week, or I should say they have the bye, so I mean they'll obviously have some time to sort things out. But man, Azaruke and Garrett Bowles, and there was somebody else that was also down this game too. Chargers fans think we're trying this game. Blaming the fans already? Of course you're trying, you big dumb. Broncos don't want to lose the first seed. Are you crazy? There is no reality that Sean Payton went in there and said, you know what, maybe we take it easy this week and we let the New England Patriots take that first round bye. No way. To even have that thought grace the side of your brain is one of the biggest dumbs I've heard in this chat in a hot minute. Somebody needs a timeout. That is ridiculously hilarious. Oh my goodness! Am I in the Twilight Zone episode? Did that really come out the mouth of a rival fan? I don't care who you are. You are not giving up the first round bye. You big dumb. Go find something else to talk about because football is clearly not on some topics that you want to be hitting on in a public setting. Please and thank you. Gonna watch the night game, Ravens Steelers? Of course, man. That feels like it's setting up to be a really good one. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Everybody in my chat that's a member. That is a good old-fashioned Brandon Staley Days emote that we haven't been able to feature in a while. There it is. Hit him with that big dumb. He's doubling down, everybody! He's doubling down! Everybody sit down! 20 runs, 10 passes, 0 passes over 10 yards. You think, you've been doing that all year, fool? Have you watched any Broncos football? That's been your mantra. Welcome to the Sean Payton offense. Trey Lance, bouncing around, looking for an open man, goes to Keenan, overthrown. 3rd down. My goodness. Let's just go throw a first-round bye. Should have kept it and ran, yeah. At this point, I kind of feel like one of those, you guys ever been to like a ceremony for your friend? Like they did something at work, or they're like a Boy Scout or something. You're just here for the moral support. 3rd and 8, incomplete. Chargers got a punt. I hate to say it, man, but that's all I'm thinking about. When's for lunch after this? I'm more excited to see what happens in the NFC or the AFC North than this game, considering Buffalo's up 29-0 over the Jets. We lose this game, we play the Patriots, we win this game, unlikely. We play Jacksonville. But either scenario has its ups and downs in the postseason. We're just kind of here waiting to see what happens. Steelers or Ravens? Honestly, dude, for me, if there's any world that we would play them later in, down the line, I would rather play the Steelers. I think a lot of us feel that way, but I would honestly love to see another Harbaugh. Any which way. 1st and 10, late hit on the quarterback. Are we going to get flagged? No? Okay. We'll take one. 2nd and 3. I was at the last Harbaugh. Chargers-Ravens 2024? Was that right? The vibes that game were crazy. Lost it, unfortunately, but that game, that was crazy. Second and 3, 38, shakes off a tackle, picks up the 1st down, Broncos. O-line's not terrible, especially with Andre James. Got to keep a close eye on that. The only games that you have watched clearly, director. Joe, my friend, take a look at your surroundings. You walked into a Chargers bar, started talking like you started watching football maybe 2 years ago, became a Broncos fan early in the season publicly when they started winning lucky game after lucky game, and found yourself in a position where the rare appearance of confidence in backing up this team, maybe for the first time in your life, has provided opportunity for you to drop into rival fans' chats and start some business. So to that, I'm going to say, don't walk into the bar and insult the man pouring the drinks. Because that's just not going to end well for you. Because I can't be responsible for what my chat is going to sling back in your direction. So to all Broncos fans that are feeling a little chippy in the chat right now, getting all excited and aroused at the thought of beating our backups, maybe you tone it back just a little bit. Hold back just a tiny, tiny bit. Because that ain't going to end well for you. Second and goal. It's the Broncos inside the 10-yard line. I mean, yeah, all things considered, the Chargers with no defensive starters, at least a very limited capacity of them, looking pretty good on defense versus Bo Nix. Here comes the overthrown pass by Nix. It is 4th and goal. Defense is mid this drive. An alternate reality, the multiverse comic of Derwin James playing this game and Tooley and all that, things would be a little different. I'm very much so hoping we do see the Broncos in the second round, though. That's where I think things get fun and frosty. So the Broncos are going to take that 3 points. It's a riveting 13-3 Week 18 rested starters season finale. The Chargers, 3 points to the Denver Broncos, 13. And director already thinking about that carne asada quesadilla waiting for him upstairs. Actually, no, this week. Oh, the foresight. The setup, the planning. It is not a carne asada quesadilla this week. It is a carne asada torta waiting for the director upstairs. Oh! Hurry up and lose this game, Chargers! Director's getting hungry. Been a minute since I've had a good torta. A fine choice, sir. A fine choice. Thank you. You cannot say torta without a little of this, right? I know it's Italian, whatever, but this just means please and thank you. I'm making me hungry, dude. Don't be getting involved with the tortas, director. Yeah. I know the consequences. I like to ride the dangerous line. I know where that road leads, and I ain't scared. I'll walk that yellow brick torta road any day of the week. California burrito sounds pretty good too, man. Torta cubana. I think I had one in Vegas a few years ago. Director, my connection is wonky. See my messages right? I've seen some redacted. There's one. Yeah. I think some of them aren't coming through, my friend. Overrated. Overthrown. Open receiver for a touchdown to be overthrown. I like how Mikey was kind of like on the fence about the director channel, but Tortas pushed him over the edge. We got another fan. Let's go. Patterson will return it for a few yards, 3rd and 13. Torta with beans or no beans? Both. I mean, I probably prefer beans, but I don't. Both. You know, honestly, it depends on the meat, right? Carne asada? Probably not. Probably no beans. Creative King with the 5. Fam has homemade from scratch chicken parm cooking right now for dinner. Oh! Eating good tonight, at least. Will try to myself recovering from wisdom teeth surgery. Oh, dude, Creative King, that's the worst, dude. I had mine. Man, it's been a while since then, but here comes a carry by Patterson. It'll be about 4 yards. I think I only had 4 removed because I had 1 removed years back for other complicated reasons. But I had the 3 out at the same time, and yeah, that was not a fun weekend. And back then, and don't ever do this, kids, it's probably one of the biggest regrets of my whole life. I'm going to say the number 1 regret of my whole life was starting vaping early in my 20s. So back then, I was a vapor, and as you know, you cannot use straws or anything that has any sort of suction. So I was in literal hell for like, I don't remember how long it was, at least a couple of weeks. Thinking about tortas already? 2nd and 7. It's a sack. No, it's not. Somehow, Trey Lance got free. He's running down the sideline. Turned a sack into a 3-yard gain. It's a 3rd down. Oh. How did this video turn into a food channel? A haircut and food channel. Like some refried beans and my tortas, some of my favorite memories. Eating kid tortas, Baja with Pops. Ah. See, I haven't had torta in so long because that's something I used to eat with my grandma and my mom. Like those are the things. And since I moved out, I got married and all this stuff, I don't have as much Mexican food. But whenever I have one, at that and pozole and enchiladas, and that's home. Keenan Allen, another catch. They're going to say it is a catch. It's close to a 1st down, but it'll still be 4th and 1. How are Keenan's incentive bonuses looking? I'm not quite sure. Somebody in the chat can help me out there and keeping track of it, but that would be the 6th catch of the day for Keenan Allen. Chargers 4th and 1. There might be reviewing that catch. I don't understand what's happening. Why are we challenging it? So they're gonna review this, and it's gonna be incomplete. Poor Keenan. I don't know what in the heck just happened. I'm sorry. I'm trying to dissect this, and while still thinking of tortas. Director Dang, I'm using my data because I don't have home internet anymore since my brother. Oh, dude, really? I'm sorry to hear that, Hugo. Can't go a single stream without talking about food. Yeah, that should be my second channel, man. Gaming and food. And I'm not even a good cook. I have like 3 dishes that I can make beautiful, but everything else I rely on the women in my life. Last night, oh, dudes. All right. Mi hermanos y hermanas. My wife, who had a food truck for several years, has this recipe that'll knock your socks off, and it's something that I had never tried before. She's from the South, and down there they enjoy a delicacy called boiled peanuts. Okay? I'd never tried them before. I really hadn't had any true Southern food until I met my wife and went to Alabama and all that stuff. Boiled peanuts was definitely one of them. But she concocted this recipe that combined boiled peanuts with the flavors of pozole. I cannot put into words how addicting those things are. Because you serve them with a little of the broth, right? So every bite is a pop of pozole, and then inside you fish out the peanuts that taste like what's the white part of pozole? The bean looking thing. Oh my goodness. Oh, so good. I feel like I ate a pound of pozole peanuts last night. So good. Hominy, yeah. So good. Did we just win that challenge? Oh, we just won that challenge. No way. I'm going to hit the button. $750,000 bonus for Keenan Allen. It's a first down, too. What the heck? I can't believe we won that. Here comes Trey Lance trying to ground the corner. Picks up 3. Wow, dude. Let's go, Jim. Pozole a must during the holidays? Oh, yeah, dude. And she somehow made it like a snack. Like, it was, oh. Director, what's your favorite food of all time? You know, with all of the amazing Hispanic dishes in my life, it's something no one would ever guess. Hi, Michelle. Let's keep it to a few hellos, maybe? 2nd and 6. Here comes the carry. It is a negative play. 3rd and 7 coming up. Pozole is the best Mexican dish. Argue with the wall. Yeah, dude, it's so good. Especially, it's the best when there's a little too much lime involved. And you know what I mean when I say too much lime. That is perfect pozole. What jersey is that? I'm repping the brand new yellow 15. That's another player I was hoping to get. I just went with the Sunshine Herb. Sunshine Herb number 10. Eat it. 3rd and 8. Chargers at the 43-yard line. Can Trey Lance get the ball out? No, he can't. That offensive line folded. Faster than my wallet at a thrift store. Sorry, Mrs. Director. I was going to say strip mall, but it kind of blurted out. Carne asada nachos sound real good, too. Chargers got to punt this one away. I like seafood. Love seafood, dude. Oh! Sushi guy for sure. But man, any which way. I love seafood. Big seafood guy. My roots go back to a lot of seafood. Dad's side, Samoan. My mom's side, Hispanic, but in the town of Tampico, where they were fishermen. Lots of seafood. But funny enough, me and my wife were talking last night about heritage and stuff like that. And recently found out that I am a huge, giant slice of my heritage heralds from Germany. I'm a very, very, very German guy. Very German. Like more than anything else by a large margin. Which is so surprising because I was raised a very Hispanic and very Kiwi, right? Not a lot of mention of German, so I'm learning a lot about German culture and stuff like that. I'm excited to dive into the food. First and 10. Danke. Yeah, I know, dude. Das ist good. Guten Tag. But I would say, as far as I was raised, I consider myself Hispanic. Second and 17 after a sack by the Chargers. Woo! It was Justin Aboigbe. Let's go. Here's Bo. He brings it in a couple of times, fires underneath, hits his man. Number 13 picks up a nice chunk back, but it'll still be 3rd and 8. Yes, yeah, sorry, guys. You got me excited about food and all that. But yeah, I mean, maybe that's why. I've always been a bratwurst guy. Man, give me some bratwurst. Oh! That's the only thing I can think of, though. I know nothing about German culture. Nothing. I'm very excited. We have this festival out here every year. It's like a German Christmas. I'm very sad I missed it, but we're going to go next year. And Oktoberfest. Woo! Not going to miss that. 3rd and 8. Bo Nix finds his man underneath one more time. Missed tackle Chargers. But he's not going to get the first down. It's going to be a 4th down Broncos at midfield. And Kyle. Got a couple $2 hollows. Oh, thank you. Hugo, get that paper, Keenan. Well deserved. 13's in the chat. Keenan, was that $750? $750,000 bonus. Good for Keenan. Ever tried Salvadorian food like pupusas? I've had pupusas. Yes, I've had pupusas. Very good. I didn't know that was Salvadorian. Again, I'm very bad at all this. I see food, I eat food. Here comes the punt by the Broncos. It'll be a touchback. Yeah, dude, me too. I thought pupusas were Mexican. My mom would make that all the time. It's the there was 2 ways I remember she would make. No, because the other one's not called pupusas. The one has the stuff inside, right? You kind of break it apart, and that's pupusas, right? Like I used to have that, which is crazy. I did not know it wasn't Mexican. And the other one was what was it called? The one where it's that, but it's just the cornmeal, and then you put the beans on top with the cheese and all the toppings, like sopas. Is that what it's called? We'd have those all the time. No, sopas is soup. I know. I always thought it was something that sounded like it. Is it sopes? Okay. All right. I was like, it sounds like soup. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we used to have those too. I haven't had those in years. 2nd and 3 Chargers, by the way. Kamani Vidal picks up a couple yards. It'll be 3rd and 1 coming up. Yeah, sopas is soup. Yeah, I know that. I know. Sopas is soup because we had a lot of soup growing up. Is it sopes? Yeah. Pupusas and sopes. We had that a lot growing up. Third and 2 coming up for the Chargers offense. It's a carry and a first down, Chargers. I think it was a quarterback draw, right? Yeah, Trey Lance, 2 yards, first down. Chargers now at the 31-yard line. Menudo, the soup? It's like it's like pozole, but like with the twist of like, I don't know how to explain it. I'm sure I've had it. Yeah, it sounds familiar. Dan, the Cards fan, $5. How significant is the injury to Dante Jackson in terms of defensive depth? In terms of defensive depth, it would not be good. Here's a down the middle pass by Trey Lance. It's incomplete, nicely defended by the Broncos. Strand. Or Sternad or whatever. Dante Jackson's probably our best outside defender, so that would definitely suck. But I'm not sure what the extent of the injury is. Could be something small, could be something big. Second and 10. Are we talking about food? I know. Here comes the carry, and it's a couple of yards. It'll be third and long for the Chargers. Third and long. Gorditas, of course. Ah, you guys are making me hungry. Again, I have a torta upstairs. We're going to look forward to that. Gorditas, so very good, too. Yeah, me too, man. I am famished now. I need to get me some food after this. Still think we can win this? I mean, probably, but yeah, and it's such a steep climb for the offense. Here's Trey Lance over the middle. Too high for Keenan Allen, covered by Surtain. It'll be 4th and 9. Chargers punt up and coming. Carne asada, the fries are very good too. Sometimes they'll throw them in a burrito. Those are pretty good too. Tortas, homemade or bought? It's bought, but it's a good place. It's one of my favorite places. Allen didn't look for the ball. Well, it was thrown like 5 yards behind him. No? Maybe I didn't see it right. San Diego has the best Mexican food on the planet, though. You could go anywhere and find the best version of whatever it is you're eating in the world. Lance is trash. I mean, it's tough. He doesn't have an offensive line. It's a bunch of backups. They've been playing okay, all things considered. But yeah, he's been overthrown a lot. He should probably run as much as he can, though. That's definitely his forte. But he is a backup, you know. Let's see what DJ Ukulele can do. He could be fine, you know, but I still think Lance is the move here. In the hospital, your brother always used to bring me some on Sunday when he was in the hospital. Ah, yeah, dude. See, the same with me. That's a dish I enjoyed with my grandma all the time. Makes me think of her. But I think that's a good thing. I think that it reminds you, because food oftentimes brings you together in some, even in hard times, like good memories, right? A lot of hard times. But, you know, the tortas brings us together and gives us that moment of, you know, remembering our loved ones. I like them. I like it. Is the Patriots our best chance in the playoffs? That is a matter of opinion, and that is my opinion. I think the Chargers look real good in the postseason. Not real good. I will say they stem the best chance in the postseason. in advancing if they were to take on the Patriots, which right now it kind of looks like that's going to be the case. So after a short run by the Broncos, 2nd and 8, we are out of the third quarter going into the fourth quarter. They're going to take a break here. And get the last quarter underway. And then by that time, we should know exactly who we're playing. Right now, the Bills are up 35-0. So we more than likely are going to be playing the New England Patriots. Which to me, right on, man. That's a good case scenario to be in right there. Yeah, man. Cherish those memories. Definitely, Hugo. Yo, San Diego Mexican food is the best in the country. Yeah. Yep. Best fish tacos I've ever had in my whole life. It sucks for everywhere else because nothing can even compare. Like, a San Diego fish taco is one of the best things you will ever put in your mouth, and it doesn't matter where you get. Okay, it does matter, but, I mean, they're everywhere. You find them everywhere in San Diego.
My personal draft needs, EO, Burner WR, Pound don't know about Coulson.
That is also true. Theory, by the way, $10 holla. How you doing? Coulson, got to wait and see what happens with him. I still think he's going to come out and surprise a lot of people. He was such a high, profile player. Hasn't been able to stay on the field. I'm very excited to see if he can bounce back, right? But yes, interior offensive line. Let's get ourselves a nice, fast wide receiver. And I want interior defensive line. As great as Caldwell and Tart have been, they're great, but I want that mauler up the middle. I want that guy that strikes fear in quarterback's eyes when they see him in the interior of the line, too. I think that would really help bring it home. But yeah, that's a great list. That's a great list to have right there, my man. Thank you so much, Theory. $10 holla. Big love. Appreciate ya. We got a $5 holla coming in from MD again. $5 with Jim as our head coach, etc. I feel the Superchargers can at least make one Super Bowl run, perhaps more, but it's been 63 years. Yeah, I really do think that we're going to, I would say our best chance at a Super Bowl run is now, since Marty Ball. I think now is the time the Chargers could make the big game. And I honestly think it could happen. I honestly think it will happen in the Jim Harbaugh era. Whether it's in the next 2 years or the next 10 years, I think it's going to happen. Big love, everybody. Thank you so much for the super chats. Alski Director. Sopes, yes, Sopes. Orange County, Cali Mexican food isn't nothing to sleep on. No, California's got some of the best Mexican food everywhere, but if you want the best Mexican food anywhere in the country, it's San Diego. Everywhere you go, it's like the best tacos you've ever had, the best enchiladas you've ever had, the best everything. Insane. Hugo, $5 holla. No shade to LA, Texas, or Florida, which are other predominantly Hispanic places, but San Diego is the best Mexican food. Yep. And again, great Mexican food exists almost everywhere. As long as that culture is present, like genuinely present, in a town or in a state or whatever, you're going to have good Mexican food. But the best Mexican food that has been put through, the test of time and tradition and perfected, to me, has always been in San Diego. Old Town San Diego. CO47, $10 holla. Been a long time. Oh,
but always watching. Our path
Third
looks
one.
great if we beat Neitho.
Broncos get stuffed.
SF.
Marlo Wax says not today. It's a 4th down, dude. It's a 4th down. Wow. Bro got waxed. And Jim's hyped on the sideline. Let's go. CO47, been a long time since I've chatted, but I'm always watching. Our path looks great if we beat New England. New England, Denver, Buffalo, San Francisco. Ooh, I like it. I like it, my man. $10 holla. Yeah, good to see you. I remember you. Good to see you again, man. Thank you so much for chiming in. $10 holla on top of that, too. We are living in a very good era of Chargers football. Do you guys remember? Type one in the chat if you remember. I put out a little hype video, like a little end-of-year hype video about Chargers fans recognizing the era of Chargers football that we are living in and to soak it in. You know, like have some fun with it. Like, put down some walls. Let yourself experience it, because when we look back on the Jim Harbaugh era, I have a feeling that it will be one of the best eras in Chargers history, and I don't want anybody to miss out on that. And I'm hoping that message was received throughout the fandom in some which way or some form or whatever, because it's been a really fun ride this season despite all the setbacks. Tat with the $5 holla. Hey, director, hope you're feeling better, brother. Feeling a lot better. Is there a true lockdown cornerback in this draft? Yeah, I would say there is. And I would say that this draft is one of the better ones we've seen in some positions. I have to brush up, right? We're at that point of the year where I start really getting into the draft prospects, this and that. But free agency is also one to be very excited about. This is one of the stronger free agent groups we've seen in a long time. And the Chargers have $115 million. So there is a lot to get excited about. I am so pumped to do the team build content this offseason because of how many angles that we can take and how much money we have to spend. Very exciting times. Steve Simmons, $2 holla. Used to live, eat Old Town San Diego. Yes, sir. Man, I'm so hungry now. You guys are killing me. You guys are killing me. You guys are killing me. So hungry. Interior O-line draft free agency. Yeah, and again, I strongly believe that you want to get ahead of the curve when it comes to the offensive line. Not because there won't be good options in the draft. I really think there will be. But you can't guarantee that they're going to land where you need them to land in order for them to be a part of your football team. Free agency is the only place that kind of exists within your control. So I would say with $115 million, you spend up to fix that offensive line early, and if you can get some value in the draft and you can get some prospects to fall to you, then absolutely take them too. But you got to spend up in that position in free agents, especially since it's a good free agent group in 2026. Playoff hype trailer when? We need one of your classics. Oh, dude, Creative King calling me out. Honestly, dude, we'll see. We'll see if we can make the time this year. Oh, watch out, Lance! It's fumbled! It's brought in by the Broncos. No! Blindside completely collapsed. Classic strip sack fumble recovered by the Broncos defense. Oh, no. Oh, no, Broncos fans or Chargers fans. We might lose this football game. What are we going to do? But yeah, Creative King, I'm going to take a look at it. I'm going to see. I always put a couple of songs in my back pocket that get me hyped when I think about them. I listen to it. I'm like, that would make such a good trailer. See if we can pull out something before the postseason. We'll see. It's coming up quick. Hugo with the $2. Shout out Bull fam living in San Diego County. Mm-hmm. At least we still have Bozeman, right? Yeah. What are your thoughts about the scenario that we play the Patriots? I like it. It'll be a tough game. Tough game. But I really like our chances versus that defense. Here come the Broncos. Now in the red zone with that sack. It'll be a incomplete pass to start things off. Woo! Could have been intercepted by Marcus May, who just joined the team again recently. I don't understand what Bo Nix's plan was there, but he's really lucky that wasn't picked off. We can beat Drake May. And again, I like Drake May a lot. I like Bo Nix a lot too, but I think we got the edge goes to the Chargers when it comes to quarterback for sure. Here's 2nd and 10. Bo Nix hands it off to the running back who's slipping up and gets completely demolished behind the line. It'll be 3rd and 11. Chargers defense, man, even just the backups, causing the Broncos fits right now. Where's that Joe guy? Mike Gee with the $2 holla. Forecast for Foxborough next week in the high 40s. Okay. All right. Now, again, I don't know what that does to the spines of L.A. folk and San Diego folk. High 40s is pretty good in my book. That's some good football weather. I felt the passion in that one, Hugo. Chargers will call a timeout, by the way. It'll be 3rd and 11 for the Broncos. You would rather play Denver? I mean, again, unless we beat them, there's really not a shot that happens. But we should get a piece of him. We will have a chance to play him either way. You know, we have to get through New England first, though. So more than likely, we're going to play New England. If we beat them, then we can come back with our starters this time and take on the Broncos in round 2. Creative King, $5 holla. My song is always there, too. Hope one day you use it with your amazing electric, hyped-up trailers. Maybe our Super Bowl year or something. Bolt up. Hey, big love, Creative King. Thank you so much, dude. Here comes Bo Nix. He's going to get sacked, and he is. Bo Nix takes a sack, and it's 4th down for the Chargers backups again. And they're getting booed at Mile High. Yes, yes, yes! I can feel your anger. Let the hate flow through you. I want you thinking about this game throughout the entire first round bye. And I want that hate to destroy the momentum of your second round appearance versus the Chargers. Take that hate and mold it into oblivion. Oh, man. They're booing their Broncos at their home stadium. I want that vibe to last throughout the bye, dude. Oh! Okay, soon make some Chargers custom hype songs. Yeah, I've seen some stuff like that. It's pretty cool. My brother's also a legitimate artist. Maybe we'll coax him into it one day. Maybe they're saying boo, Knicks, boo. Commentator said the Broncos aren't showing their whole offense. Yeah, okay. Versus second, third, and fourth stringers of the Chargers. You're not thinking there's anything slightly concerning if you're a Broncos fan, even if you're not bringing out the full offensive playbook. We got it. It's just the first round bye. Who cares? We can make get healthy and close to the vest. Nah! I've seen this all season. First round bye on the line.
What's the biggest weakness you're worried about in the playoffs?
O-line. O-line, O-line, O-line. That's the biggest problem. And that's why the Chargers' first round is looking like we might have a chance to overcome that a little bit. Not that, Jacksonville and New England aren't going to get a bunch of sacks, because they probably will. But it's much better than going up against Houston or Denver or another team that's known for destroying their opponents via their pass rush. You know what I mean? I think we're not in a terrible situation there. $10 holla from Izzy. What's up, dude? Appreciate that, man. Hopefully the Chargers O-line doesn't hold them back from their first win. I really, really hope that isn't the case. But at least Herbert will have a chance to move the football in those games. or in that game at least. Bo Nix is not anything. Justin Herbert's glorified Jackson Dart. Yep. Yeah, well, Bo Nix, again, it's hard to say because I will fully admit before the draft I liked him. I still do think the potential is there. But he is a product of what is an insane supporting cast. Like, insane offensive line, insane defense. His weapons have improved tenfold over the last year. You put most quarterbacks in his situation, you probably got yourself a pretty good QB. Joshua, $5 holla. Herbert for MVP. No other quarterback in the league would take this Chargers team to the playoffs with this shot O-line. Yep. I really hope they put that in consideration, Joshua. Thank you for the $5 holla. I really do appreciate that. But I really hope that they recognize just how special Justin Herbert has been to this team, because absolutely not even Patrick Mahomes could take this offensive line and mold it into 11 wins. Here comes an underneath pass to Gadsden, picks up a few. It'll be second and long. Director, do you see the post about Bo Nix being the best quarterback out of Oregon? Huh? Interesting. Interesting. I don't even have to say anything back at that. It's just a joke writes itself. Branson Taylor's going to get flagged on that play. It'll be 1st and 15. Chargers defense takes too long to get hot. I will say that I've noticed that too. But that's been part of what's made us a second half team. Our adjustments are phenomenal, but like they'll give up some big plays before that, which kind of sucks. Incomplete pass, looking for Keenan Allen. It'll be 2nd and 15. Chargers. If you guys are wondering what's happening behind my blank eyes between plays, it's just torta, 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 torta. Here comes Trey Lance, setting up the wide receiver screen to Keenan Allen. He'll peel upfield, picks up a nice chunk of yards. It's 3rd and 7. Lance is better than Stick. Juan. Someone posts something about Bo Nix supposed to be better than a quarterback than Oregon. Wow, man. It's so sad brain development has taken such a dip in the 2020s. Don't know when this guy was born, but when you keep your mouth on the edge of a muffler most of your life, it's bound to catch up to you. Another penalty, by the way. Austin Ridiculous. False start, 5 yards, 3rd and 12. Let's go, Chargers! Brain rot world, yes, sir. I'm surrounded by it day and night. Here's Trey Lance, escapes the pocket. He's on the run. Trey Lance up the sideline first.
High voltage sign emoji. High voltage sign emoji. High voltage sign emoji. This is our year. Despite a terrible O-line, Justin will play his best football. Defense will be lights out. Let's do it for Mac.
Let's go, Boss Mac. $20 holla. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. I was screaming the whole time. Let's run it back. We go into the AFC Championship. Bolt up. This is our year despite the O-line. Justin will play his best football. Defense will be lights out. Let's do it for Mac. Let's go, baby. Trey Lance sacked. Oh, no. But thank you so much, man. $20 holla. What a success story this year has been despite all the setbacks on that O-line. Let's go draft as many as possible. Let's go sign as many as possible and turn this thing around next season. But I got a feeling we can finish out a lot stronger than people give us credit for. Amen to that, man. Dude, Boss Mac, thank you so much. $20 holla. Big, big love, man. 2nd and 18. Lance sets up another screen. It's going to be Patterson and another flag. Got to assume it's going to be holding. Or illegal man downfield. What's it going to be? Torta, 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 torta. Ineligible man downfield. They're going to decline it. It's going to be 3rd and 17, so they didn't want to give us a second and longer. Is a $5 holla. What has to go right for the Chargers to actually make a run? We got to get through Denver, which is funny. Funny enough, honestly, getting ahead of ourselves is a dangerous game to play. But if we could get New England behind us and put that history to bed a little bit, taking on Denver becomes a massive opportunity for the Chargers to make a run. Because if they can take down Denver, they can take down anybody. Here comes Trey Lance, avoids the pressure. He's going to take off, goes down the sideline, picks up about 10. But he'll be short about 6 or 7. Don't do it for the first down. So path to the Super Bowl, got to beat New England. That'll give you a second chance at Denver. And then from there on, it's whoever wins the other side of the AFC. Which by then, it's hard to say who that could be. Because a lot of people are betting it would be Denver or New England. But it's certainly possible. 4th and 7, Chargers. Ooh, Vidal takes the short pass nowhere, and it's a turnover on downs. Oh, no. I'm getting sick of that bit. Oh, no, Chargers fans. We may end up losing this football game. Oh, no. Torta, torta, torta. Why not let Dicker try it? Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. We're facing New England next week. Let's go! Genius play calling by Greg. Dude, can you imagine? We're playing the Pats. I'm excited for that game, man. Again, anything could happen. It'll be a tough one. But I'm certainly very excited to see what the possibilities are here. Here comes a nice catch and run by their running back, I think. It'll be about 15 yards and a first down. Denver. Yeah, but I've already supplied context. And there's no person in sight for the insult to be directed at, right? Are them's the rules of war? Is that the rules of combat? There has to be a person in the area to receive said insult? Because the context of Director Hungry has torta upstairs has been established. I hope that's enough. Here come the Rams. Oh, but it's the Cardinals. Never mind. Here comes a carry for the Broncos. It's going for nothing. 3rd and 6. They're already in field goal range. Oh no, Chargers. We might lose this game. Oh my God. What are you guys doing after the game? I actually am very excited to see that that AFC North game. That looks like it's going to be a fun one. But after I am done with my delicacy torta experience, I do intend on watching that game, maybe playing some Arc Raiders. Could be a good time. Me and Mrs. Director went on a run yesterday. We took down some big boy bots. You guys want to know the secret to happiness? The secret to unlocking joy in your day to day? It's finding a video game that you and your significant other just jive in. It took 10 years looking for that game. That's what it was for me and Mrs. Director. Here comes the toss. It's going nowhere. 2nd and 9 for the Broncos. Skyrim is a good game. I hear. I have not played it. It's on my list of games I got to get to. Your girlfriend will never play a video game. You know, that's what my wife has been open to games at some times, but that's not her thing. Definitely not. But this one, man, she has... At some points, she had played it more than me. Now, I could say I played it more than her in the long run, by far. But she really, really dove into it. She enjoys that one. She had a thing with Fortnite, like the first week it came out. That's the last time I can remember she went like really hard into a video game. But after a week, she got it out of her system. This one feels like a keeper. She loves Arc Raiders. What system? She's on Xbox. I have it on my PlayStation downstairs. But I didn't think any of my buddies would want to play Ark when it first came out. It seemed like one of those that I play on my lonesome. Because I did that with Helldivers for like a year and a half. I play all my story games for the most part on PlayStation. But hey, man, everybody got into it. It's cross-plat. All right. Arc Raiders. Best game out right now. Here comes Bo Nix, 2nd and 9. Over the middle. Finds his guy, number 13. Spins a man out. First down. Broncos. Yes, sir. Playing Arc Raiders right now. It's a lot of fun, dude. Play It Takes Two or Split Fiction. That's one I'm going to introduce to her. I'm gonna suggest maybe we do try that one out as a duo because that one looked really, really fun too. What I know about N64? Love N64, man. My favorite games of all time were on N64. That's probably, if you were to take a span of my favorite consoles of all time, it's probably Xbox 360. That's like kind of where I was born an actual gamer. But N64 is where a lot of my childhood memories are cherished. Like, man, I played back then my N64 games. I loved Smash Bros. I loved Pokemon Stadium. I played the crap out of that game. I love Star Fox. You guys remember Star Fox? Of course, there was Mario. Yeah, N64 was awesome. There was a Star Wars Squadrons game I was really into then, and Shadows of the Empire. Loved it. PS2 was a golden era, too. Don't get me wrong. PS2, absolutely. But I think I really transformed into a gamer in the 360 days. Halo. Halo carried me into the gamer life, and no regrets, man. So we got a timeout by the Chargers right now on 2nd and 4. Broncos knocking on the door now. They're inside the 10. We'll see what happens. Ocarina of Time. Yeah, Zelda was fun. But I never got as into those. Smash Bros. And Pokemon were my jam in N64. And any Star Wars game I can get my hand on. 007. Yep. 007 was fun too. Bo Nix, lots of time to throw, my word. Still ends up getting sacked though. And it was all those random games that made it super fun, too. You guys remember you go down to Blockbuster, you're like, all the good games are gone. I guess I'll try this one. Ends up blowing your mind. My wife doesn't like video games, man. You just got to find the right one, dude. My wife would always sit down for trivia games. She likes those. She'll sometimes sit down with Minecraft. She likes that one too. But this was like the first true game, like gamer, that she sat down and was like, this is my game. Arc Raiders. Tara just hitting the ceiling in the bathroom. 3rd and 8. Bo Nix sets up the screen. It doesn't even look like it's just a little hook by the running back, and it'll be a 4th down. Chargers defense, though, man, despite everything, no like starters are limited. Bad play by the offense. They could hold the Broncos to 19 points. Are they really going to go for it? Dude, this does nothing for you if you're Sean Payton. If you get this, hooray, whatever, you were going to win anyway. But if you don't get this, the sour taste that's going to leave in the mouths of your fans is going to be booed off the field. And they will remember that. Played Fall Guys with the hubby, almost destroyed our relationship. He kept losing. He hated it. Oh, man. That's one I've been eager to try. But I've been there, too. That's funny. Arc Raiders are stupidly addicting. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Very excited to jump on later today. I honestly, dude, I've been wanting to start Red Dead 2 again. I have been watching just clips from it. I'll do a Arthur Morgan voice when I'm on Arc Raiders too. I'll get on, and when there's other people trying to attack me and stuff, I for whatever reason, I've dipped into this Arthur Morgan persona. And the more I've been thinking about it, the more I'm like, man, I got to get back in and play Red Dead 2 again. Like, that's probably, in my opinion, like the best game of all time. That is the one. Denver takes the field goal. It's 3-19. And Marvel Rivals, so good too. That's been a really good one. Yes. I honestly think, like, it's so tough for me because I've played so many good games in the span of my life, but Red Dead always, it's the one that just pops in my mind. Like, what's the best game of all time? It's that one. And it used to be for a long time Knights of the Old Republic, which I still think is like 1A, 1B for me. But man, like, Red Dead just on so many levels just blew my mind with how deep and how like it real and I don't know. It was probably as perfect a game as you'll ever play. Hayden Young, $2 holla. Red Dead 2 is the best game ever. Beat it 9 times. Yep. This will probably be my like 5th or 6th run through with it. I absolutely love that game. The first time I played it, man, so good. Do I play Rivals still? Oh yeah, I do. I will be returning for some Deadpool action here in, what is it, like a week and a half? Very excited. I mean, yeah, but I have to get like really into it. Like I have to like get in character almost. I don't know. I'm hoping to do some like voice work at some point. I'm going to go take a course on voiceover work. But you have to get down. And again, you have to really get into character too, so it's really tough to do on the spot. But you have to get into that old school, you know. Don't shoot. Yeah, going out there's again, I'm not going to do it here, but if you guys want to check out my gaming channel after like an hour of playing and really getting into the character, Like, I don't do a bad Arthur Morgan. I really don't. Chase with the $5 haul. I couldn't get into the Brazil game because I got turned away checking due not to having a visa. Just bought my ticket to Boston. Anyone else going? Ooh. No visa, too. That's tough, man. Trying to get into all that. All the hoops that you have to jump through. I remember the COVID season was pretty difficult, too. Here comes Trey Lance. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. It's a deep ball down the sideline. Looking for Trey Harris. It's incomplete. 2:18 left on the clock. Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake. That would be awesome. I loved that one, too. When's my next live stream? It's going to be... Oh, you're talking about the gaming channel. Probably this week sometime. We'll see. That was a good time, dude. Saint was like one of like 5 people that showed up, but man, that was fun. Wolverine dropping. Oh, that game looks so good, dude. Hayden with the 2 says Far Cry Primal is one of your favs too. I'm gonna have to play that one. That's on my list. I actually bought it and it's sitting in my my game library. I'm waiting to play it. 1 Red Dead 2 in a giveaway thanks to my streamer friend Ken Z, who's up in Oregon, but it was on Steam unfortunately, so I never got to play it. But I might buy it on PS5. It's always on sale, dude. It's probably in my opinion, the best game of all time. I may end up playing it again this week. Do I have a gaming live stream? Yes, I do. I think it's in the description of every one of my videos. There's a gaming channel link. So it should be on this one too. 3rd and 10, Lance over the middle finds Will Dissly, and it'll be 4th and 4. And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. But I don't post there very often. It took me a while to get my gaming set up to a point, again, where I wanted to stream, and we'll see what happens. Chargers hired Jim when he was... Yeah, that did happen. I was live on my gaming channel, and the news of Jim Harbaugh breaking happened while I was live playing Apex Legends. And then the Chargers took that clip, the actual Chargers, of me finding out that the hiring happened, and in the background you can see me playing in Apex going, oh my God, we got Jim Harbaugh, let's go! It was awesome. Can't wait for GTA 6. Oh yeah, me too. That'll be an experience. Never finished Red Dead 2. I must have short attention span. It hurts me, Sinful Hands. I love that game. Need to rewatch that video. Yeah, it was funny. A lot of Chargers content creators live in Utah. Yeah, I won't say who the other guys are. I don't know how much they value their privacy around here, but there are a few. There are a few. And I was telling my wife the other day, I kind of prefer it that way. Because in LA, I'll get spotted a lot. And it's cool. Don't get me wrong. I can be an attention hoe. Sometimes, like, hey, what's up? Let's get pictures and this and that. But then it loses its what's it called? Its gimmick or whatever after a little while. Like I remember I went to Disneyland one time and we kept getting stopped a couple of times. And anyway, it's nice coming back home to Utah where nobody knows who you are. Every once in a while, and when I do run into somebody in Utah, it is very special. And this has been the same way forever, even before the channel. If I saw somebody wearing a Chargers jersey, that was an instant, what's up, dude? Like, bolt up, baby. There's something about it. I did say, oh my God, it's happening. Yep. Coder, though, played them both too many times. Dude, Coder is, again, another one of those perfect video games. Like, there was that has carried me for years as the most iconic video game of all time. And then Red Dead came out, and it's been kind of a battle between the two of them. But I was so obsessed with Knights of the Old Republic. And like you guys know all the time, I made a fan film. There's the trophy that we won at the film festival with it, based on Knights of the Old Republic. Such a huge fan. You ever plan on posting GTA 6 content on your gaming channel? Noted. That's a yes, yes. If there's something to do there that's not too profound or profane or whatever, then sure, absolutely. Fourth and 4. See if Trey Lance can convert this and keep it going a little while longer. Here's Trey Lance. He's going to run for it, and he will get it. And a little extra. Nice run by Trey. Ready for Red Dead 3, not GTA 6. Ooh. I wonder if that's ever, like, if that's coming anytime soon. Because even, like, you load up Red Dead 2 today, it is, like, miles better than, like, 80% of the games you'll find in the market today. It's insane. First and 10. It's a quick pass. That Conklin? Wow, dude, I forgot he was on this football team. Red Dead was released 2018. It's amazing now 2026. That is insane. Long throw down the sideline. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 4 at the 38-yard line. Remember when we thought Conklin would be good? Dude, all the signs were there. What happened to Conklin? He was great at the Jets for so many years with, like, no quarterbacks. He just sucked so hard when he got here to the Chargers. Oh, the Bears lost. Wow. I cannot say I have played that game. Phasmophobia. Nope. I know, dude. Everybody's saying that. But if you missed the context, I have a torta waiting for me upstairs, and I am starving. Okay, let's all calm down. Important context. First and 10. Ghost hunting game. It's dub. I'll have to keep that one in mind. What platform is it on? 2nd and 10 after Trey Lance spiked the ball to stop the clock. The Raiders are about to take down the Chiefs. That would be hilarious. Hilarious that one of their wins come against the Chiefs. Cool, I'll have to check it out. Do I have a VR headset? Yes, I do. I have the Meta 2. I think the Meta 1. I'll have to check it out. There's an incomplete pass by Lance. 3rd down. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I fell off of Assassin's Creed. I think I played 1 or 2 after Black Flag, and it started to lose its luster for me a little bit. Dragon Age was cool too. I played a couple of those. And Mass Effect. Ooh, Mass Effect was awesome. 3rd and 10. It's a first down. Did he fumble it, though? We'll have to wait and see. If that's a turnover, and we got ourselves a done football game. Chase with the 46 months. Love your haircut. So does my sister. I knew it, man. I walked in and I said, I got to impress this guy's sister. That is a fumble. Woo! Black Flag was the best Assassin's Creed game. Absolutely. Absolutely. To the point where I really hope that remake is a factual thing that's happening. I would play the crap out of that game. It looks like that is a fumble. Chargers probably played their last snap in this one. Hey, 46 months, man. Thank you. Good to see you, dude. Mass Effect, yes, minus the ending. Yeah. I mean, dude, even that, like, as horrible as that last game ended, like, it was still a great experience throughout. And it wasn't as terrible as I was expecting from everybody's reviews. It was mostly how unfinished the game was the first time around. But when I played it again after they had sorted out some of the bugs, it was pretty good. It was fine. Raiders actually beat the Chiefs. That is awesome. This is a terrible tight end room. Outside of Gadsden, there is some work that needs to be done. I don't know what happened. Oh, they're going to say it's an incomplete pass. That's weird. Let me be done! Release me! Torta! 4th and 10. Kick the field goal, please. 4th and 10. It's Trey Lance. Hits the sideline. First down, Trey Harris. Wow. They were just talking about if they complete a pass here that Houston becomes the top defense in football. That's hilarious. Yay! Raiders just gave up possible number overall draft pick. How the heck was that smart? It's the Raiders. Here comes a catch and run by Trey Harris. 1st and goal. They want that tutty. In the movie Noobs, it features daughter Robin Williams, dude, the Clerks, Uncle Rico from... No, I'm going to have to check that out. That sounds funny. You guys are putting me on some video games, dude. Their fans are pissed, the Raiders. That's so freaking funny. How many people are upset that we lost this game? I was hoping I had set the table so clearly and definitively throughout the entire 3-hour experience that is the stream, that a loss here does us a lot of good going into the postseason. Hopefully, we all believe that. Ooh, it's a touchdown! We'll see what the flag is. Could be to Darius Davis, but he looks upset, so they're probably going to take this one away. No! Oh no! Illegal formation by the Chargers. What a crappy penalty to have a touchdown brought back. Poor Trey. Who was it? Is that Bobby Hart? Zero people are upset losing what we knew would be a wave the white flag. Yeah, I mean, I hope so. Suicide Squad, Justice League. The last game I played that I really liked that was anything to do with the DC was back in the end zone. Trey Lance to Trey Harris. Is that a touchdown? What a play! What a play! Is that really a touchdown? He called it a touchdown. I thought that he was out of bounds. Let's take a look at it. Holy crap, Trey. Oh, but it bobbled out at the last second. What insane control that was, at least in terms of his legs for Trey Harris. They're going to call it back, but man, that's crazy. It is a 3rd down. Mass Effect 2 is the GOAT. Yes. Oh, man, what was it? It was Injustice. Injustice is the last DC game I played that I liked. I did like Arkham Asylum before that, too. But I haven't played a lot of DC games. So close. Where's that Joe guy? The announcers just said they asked Sean Payton what's the mentality of this game. They say it's a playoff game. They take it very serious. New Wolverine game coming this year looks so good. Dude, it looks so good. I'm a huge Wolverine fan, too. I used to cosplay as him at Comic-Con, dude. At I can see him, actually. Hang on. Bye. Snicked, bros. Let's go. I am so wildly stoked for Wolverine, man. Now we got the yellow jersey on, too. Ugh. Yeah. Big Wolverine fan. I have a replica jacket from Wolverine Origins. That would wear it too. Fourth and goal, by the way. We're kind of waiting for the play to happen. And when I have my hair nice and long, too, I can get that really cool, like, Wolverine, like, on both sides. Right now, it's a little too short. Ask me yesterday. Hugo. Here's Trey Lance. 4th and goal. Gotta throw it. Incomplete. Oh. Denver's going to come kneel it out. GG's. GG's in the chat. GG's. Yes, I do have the jacket too. I'm definitely too big for said jacket now, but hey, we'll get back, right? We'll get back. We'll always get back. All right, y'all. Thank you for experiencing what was an interesting game. The Broncos will end as the number 1 seed, so they're going to get that highly coveted first round bye, as well as, is it the Seahawks that ended up winning the NFC? Crazy season, dude. I'm getting some flashbacks. Of one of the best Super Bowls I've ever seen in my lifetime. Peyton Manning. But with that game, the Chargers, I think we're pretty locked now, right? I think everything's kind of finished up. I think we're good to go. Chargers will be facing the New England Patriots in the first round of the postseason. Woo! It's gonna be a good time. I'm very excited. Nervous as always, for sure. But I'm excited to see what happens. Chargers, Patriots, postseason PTSD in the first round of the wild card. Gonna be a good time, man. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for all the super chats. It's been a good ride. It's been a good time. And thank you so much for joining me this season. Considering this is our regular season finale. It has been a fun one. I cannot believe it is already over. But it's not completely done for Chargers fans. We get at least one more game, and it's going to be an epic one. Next week, man, Chargers, Patriots, be there, be square. I expect to see 2,000 Chargers fans in the chat for that game. I think it's going to be an awesome one, man. I think it's going to be an awesome one. Well, guys, again, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for riding with me all season. Cannot wait for the wild card. Cannot wait for the off season. Cannot wait for all the things to come with Chargers football. It's been a crazy good year despite all the setbacks, and I think that we may end up surprising people with how far we can take this team this year. Guys, we'll see you over at Bleacher Report here in a few minutes. As always, bolt up, stay frosty. I'm going to go find me my torta and enjoy myself after this. Big love, everybody.